on anything. Let's go. Oh, there's nothing there. Okay. Well, I'll put that just to have something. I'm ready. Whatever. I don't know where Steve is. I don't know if this beard experiment's working.
All right. How are we doing?
Alrighty, hi. Have you hit the button yet? Oh, there we go. Hey.
Hey,
Hi,
give
everybody.
me a second.
Yeah. Oh, good Lord. Am I that dumb? Hold on. Come on, please. Work quicker, you darn thing.
Oh, how the hell is everybody?
Oh. Systems.
Anybody miss me?
Okay.
No.
Okay,
There we are. Yeah, we got the
Alright.
picture
feel-
the right size. Everybody's happy.
I feel one
Alrighty then. Yeah, that took 2 clicks.
spot curtains and forgot to put them up.
One piece of doo-doo. Hey.
All right.
That's never happened before.
What? Probably got Vaseline
Jimmy,
on
do
it, Steve.
I'm not hearing you speak. Do you have anything
Huh?
for us?
You're not hearing who speak.
I'm touching now is blinds to the window.
Ah.
Guess I'll have to deal with glowing, I guess. I don't know what it could be.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
Keep an eye out on the YouTube feed. Make sure, because I keep getting these pop-ups for OBS.
Yeah. Really? That's odd. Okay.
And I can't. It's computer's too far from me, so I can't read what they are.
Oh,
I
okay.
turned off the notifications because it kept ding-donging and it was driving me nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see this. Look what I finally got.
Ah, there you go. It's an
Mike.
S.
It's a mic boom.
A boom.
Finally.
Boom. If this is a best of, they better talk about that COVID stuff. Yep.
Well, I was trying to go back before. Anyway, what song did I play on my show?
I don't know. I wasn't listening to it.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tune in for a rerun.
I do. I want to hear what I said.
Fine. That's fine. Don't care.
I love
But
listening
you weren't
to
there
myself.
yesterday.
Nope.
Why are you taking
Or
a week
today.
off?
Because the kids have off for spring break.
Oh, it'd be
Wow.
too much yelling and screaming and kids running around.
That and doing some.
I might as well send it to Deb and Dennis and Mark Regula. There we go. Or even Putt. I don't know.
It's
What happened to Putt?
No idea. No speaky.
No speak.
Come in, Captain.
Look at all that hair. Oh my God. Look at that.
We
I
got
gotta
no
get it trimmed, but I don't know how much I want to do. I think the beard experiment might be a failure. It's really coming in crappy. Oh, saved. Thank God. Hi.
What's up?
What's up, fellers?
Mr.
Mr.
Nebula.
Albright, also known as Nebula Pig.
Yeah, we were starting the show and Tony was asleep, and he's the one that hosts the Zoom.
Nice.
And the Zoom wouldn't fire up because
That's the best picture of me ever. Look at that.
Yay.
It's an improvement.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, Steve, on the blinds, I think Timmy mentioned it last time, but it might not have sunk in. The blinds, you want them, as you're looking at the blinds, you want the edge closest to you to be up. So so they're slanted down away from you, just kind of that does a better job of cutting the light.
Yes.
God, he looks like a meme now. And I figured this is appropriate because this airplane here is called the Ascender. And I wonder if they, because the engine's in the back and everything, that the joke was it was the ass ender.
No, I
I
don't
hope
think they
so.
had
I
sense
hope
of
that was a joke.
They didn't have a sense of humor back then.
Oh,
Oh,
shit, they
shit.
All you
did.
got to do is watch a movie from then, and you'll know that they didn't. Or watch a
Man.
comedy act.
No different.
Back then,
Oh,
funny
boy.
was smacking someone over the head with something. That was funny, or a pie
Still
in the face.
is.
A pie in the face. That's what humor was back then.
You see, Timmy
Yeah.
doesn't understand that people in the past are pretty much like us. They knew everything about music, and they knew how to make movies. They did all kinds of stuff. We didn't just learn how to do it 2 years
Not
ago.
that John Philip Sousa. He didn't know shit about music. That was the
No, he
worst
was only
music
the
I've ever
fucking
heard.
conductor of the United States Marine Corps band.
And they still play that stuff, the Marines, and they still play that.
No, the phrase was they didn't understand melody.
She.
And anybody
Melody.
prior to 1968, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I would say but prior to '66, maybe. They were getting there.
Beethoven, Brahms,
You
all
had
those
Monday,
fuckers,
and you had Good Vibrations. By then, people started realizing what a melody was. But then before that, every song was "I'm so young and you're so old. This I've been told." Banana. That was a pop song back then. That's what everybody bought and danced to.
Yeah.
No,
People danced. What?
50s rock and roll. They thought it was just for kids, for kids. And so everything was about being 16. And so you have these 40-year-old guys singing about, oh, she's 16. And yeah, okay, dude.
She's just 6 years old.
Oh, boy. You're 16. I'm 84.
What you been up to now?
Oh, man, I just woke up.
You
I've
too.
been
Huh?
napping.
That's the problem we having all this whole thing is because I just woke up.
I've been going
Yeah.
through that, using the heck out of that printer.
Oh boy, making money,
Huh?
making money.
No, I got these big 13 by 19 sheets of photo paper.
Ah,
I've just been going to town. I've got like 10, 15 years of pictures to print out from everything I've taken from that,
And once you print them out, though, where are you going to put them? Yeah.
Well, I've got some, and I put it on a poster, and I'm going to put it here. These are like the Comic Con things.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put another one over here. Then I'm going to put one down here that's the Land of the Lost stuff. Then I'll put one on that wall for like theater, the playbills and this different theater stuff.
Oh, nice.
And that's all I'll have room for in here for pictures. But
so you're using it for a backdrop, basically, then. No?
well, and
Yeah.
I took the sleeping bags off the walls, so I want it's also to buffer the noise a little bit.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I already got foam.
Nice.
I got foam walls here, but that's not quite enough. I want to, heaven forbid I'm noisy and upset the neighbors
Oh,
Yeah.
who play the ghetto music enough where it shakes people all the way down to the cul-de-sac, complain about it.
Although I
Steve's-
found that if you have a room in your house and you have all kinds of like sound insulation and padding on the walls, people who come to your house might get the wrong idea.
True. They might think, you see how many faces Steve has changed to?
Hey, you want to see me do a Charlie Rich a Buddy Rich impersonation?
No, I want to see your Charlie Rich impersonation.
I
Actually.
got here. You want to hear my Buddy Rich?
Yeah, let me hear your
All right,
buddy
ready?
Rich. Okay.
Wow, look at all that money. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
Wow,
Is that pretty good? Thank you. Thank you.
that was great.
That sounds like a Red Fox joke.
Oh,
Now,
really?
Steve has been playing on his show some Red Fox comedy bits. The problem with Red Fox is when Steve plays them on the radio, it's like, "Hello, everybody." Beep.
Does Steve have like infant filters or something over there? It's just cracking me up. I don't know why.
These are filters on Zoom. You can go to video effects.
Yeah, especially when you're in a court trial on Zoom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I try not to get in those.
And the defendant is a fucking dog or something.
There I
Oh,
am.
boy.
Now I'm in the theater again. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there
Nice.
you go. Nice. You even got an audience.
That's
for
better
Shane.
because you're smaller.
And,
I like that. Hey, do you
Yeah.
see my phone? Look at my phone.
Wow.
That's
Nice
a
phone.
thing.
Can't see it from there. Damn it. Now I got to get up. Sons of bitches.
Yeah, I got up anyway.
Is that one of those special K phones with the high def?
Cool. It's got those guys on it.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're doing another film, you know?
What?
Oh, boy.
And it's
Very
supposed to be,
interesting.
I got I think about 3 weeks left on it.
So you said 3 weeks ago.
I did? Well, maybe it's done then.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay, now, that's it, Steve. That's you. That is perfect.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
mouse
wow.
or something.
I don't know what that is.
See, the problem is the Japanese, they understand melody. They don't understand animals. So when they draw an animal, it's like nothing that ever lived anywhere at any time on any planet.
You know, and I think that
Like a hippo.
I think people are so used to Japanese art and animation that when they see my stuff, they're like, "What the hell is this? You know, what kind of animation? What is this?"
Where are the
out, what is-
5-year-old girls with M16s?
Do what?
Where are the 5-year-old girls with M16s?
16.
Sweet
Yeah.
M16.
That's right. The ass enders.
Yeah.
I think this is the best one of me yet.
Oh, there you go.
So what?
You're
what
like
is
from
bad
Star
about
Trek, the animated
this-
series.
Well, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. I just said he looked like something from Star Trek, the animated series there.
Yeah. Oh, this is worse. I don't know what's wrong with the lighting in here.
You and Putt, you need a green screen or something.
I had a green screen when I started, but then I kept raising up Chris Pine's shirt.
Or Chris
Yeah, it was
Church
funny
Pine.
once. I keep wanting Putt to get a green screen, but I'm always afraid that he'll like look around behind him and fall over, and
Damn, not fall over.
I want him to fall over.
Yeah.
I was worried
Get
about him
motion
last. So he
sickness.
starts off the show with his head, the top of his head, at the camera, like he's about to fall over and die.
Oh,
And that's the
crap.
start of the show, and it's like, good
Yes.
grief.
Where do you go from there? I
On
don't
the
know.
floor, pretty much. I was afraid of that.
Well, we were almost there last time. Okay.
I have
Now,
a
are you gonna
gag
play-
for an apology none future thing.
Oh, what's that?
A pretty girl says something to Rob Nice, and he just starts bouncing off the walls and going absolutely nuts. And then Terry's like, wow, some people can't take a compliment. You know, in the old days, Apology None was just supposed to be a comic strip. And then when I first started animating, it was just going to be little gags like that. That was going to be it, like a little hee-haw gag, you know, or our Brilliant Garbage stuff.
Yeah, it turned out well. Turned into exactly what you wanted it to be. Those short little clips.
Yeah.
Well, I think if we put up a new one, a new Brilliant Garbage, we will give some people heart attacks and strokes and stuff. It'll be funny.
Yeah. There you go. I love YouTube. Now, on the
Give
bottom,
people strokes.
Oh yeah, well there's suggestions and stuff, and there's one. It says the most terrifying finds of Nazi Germany in World War II. The thumbnail is something that looks like either a spaceship as imagined by a 5-year-old, or and it's in a forest and it's got dirt all over it and it's got a swastika on it.
What?
That would have won the war for him, like a potato spaceship.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, shit, man. If I had a potato
I try not to
spaceship.
look at stuff.
Are you gonna rock out on the
Don't
drums
be
or
a
not, dude?
gerbil. What are you talking about? What?
I said, are you gonna rock out on the drums today?
Zoom will
No.
probably just goof it all up.
Yeah,
well,
you probably wouldn't even hear it if I tried.
Stupid
Oh.
Zoom.
I don't know. I'd have to turn my.
I just turned my musician thing on, so.
I have to turn it on, and then I'd have to practice for a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that might take a while. I think you only get 40 minutes of Zoom time, so for free. Yeah.
No, free shit. I haven't been paying for this crap. That's why I'm so happy that when it blows up every.
You did that. We didn't hear anything.
Huh?
Yeah.
How about now?
No.
Nope.
Yeah. Sound like. Meh.
I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Me neither.
How about now?
Nothing.
Nope.
Yeah.
See, I can't. I think it might be the vision thing. I can't see anything.
Oh my!
Did you hear
I
that?
can't see any. No,
Yeah,
I can't hear
I
you.
heard Steve. Yeah, so Steve's soundboard is operational and.
Oh my!
Oh, that's.
Oh, there we go.
Ah.
I'm such a jackass. I'm trying to. I'm trying to click the musician thing off on the OBS window.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. You gotta do it on the Zoom thing there, yeah.
I realize that.
He understands that now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I left my mouse over there. Gosh damn it!
That's done.
Come on.
This
He's
is like a Yoko Ono song.
What?
That's pretty much it. They need another monitor so you can have it close to you so you can look at it.
On, man.
There you go. Oh,
Yeah, boy, did I hear that.
Yep.
Heard that? Yes. Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, what about our hearing?
Told you about. All right.
What? That was good.
Young, inexperienced in the ways of life, recently graduated from.
Man, what you sideways symbol, man.
Yeah.
I like it.
How do you pronounce that? I've been seeing that thing. Neb's going to start stripping now. Now, I've been seeing that brand name on that symbol for all my life, and I still don't know how the hell to pronounce it.
Symbol.
Yes, that's what it says.
Yeah.
It's in Farsi, I think.
Or backwards, NAIJDLIC.
Ah,
Nice. Man, I want a drum set too.
But that wasn't actually the meat of my question. I do know how to spell. I just don't know how to pronounce it.
That's not as bad as when the, what do you call it? The hashtag first started. And I post on Facebook, what the hell is a hashtag? What is all this with the hashtag? And so Molly gives me like a dictionary definition of the pound sign. What a pound sign. I'm like, I know what a fucking pound sign is. What is a hashtag? And why, you know.
It's disgusting.
See, the bell system, back when the phone company actually worked, they used to call it an octothorpe.
Ooh, Octothorpe.
Yeah, that was, in fact, the bad guy that kind of looked like Neb in the last page of Summer, the one that was being held by his pet lion. His name was Dr. Octothorpe.
Yeah, that was my joke. Is instead of sitting with petting a cat in his lap, he was in the lap of a giant cat, and the giant cat was petting him.
Yeah, that was Tony's idea. Have him in the lap of a giant cat, but I made him a lion. And it was kind of, I don't know if anybody noticed, the subtlety is Octothorpe was wearing all white, like the white cat, low velvet.
Not hairless.
Yeah. Well, I did put clothes on him. I mean, gross. Funny, but gross.
Not addiction.
That's disgusting.
Oh, man.
It's been a long time since you drove a stick.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Tim?
No.
It was me. Of course I remember. Well, I don't remember a lot of the things I do, but I remember that.
Yeah.
One thing you did I don't remember was this.
What are you doing? What am I?
Oh, that, yeah.
Ow! Like who has a screwdriver in their pocket? Where did my hair go? Stop spanking me, man! Stop that! I'm trying to turn left.
Goodness. Bringing back memories. We simply must. That's how you have to say it. Watch
I
the
can't do
last
that. I don't
page
have
of
cool
Summer.
hair like you.
Do what?
I said I can't do that. I don't
Tony
have cool
could.
hair like you. Yeah, Tony could.
I can.
Oh, Steve, you
But
failed.
but we simply must watch Star Trip in the last page of Summer as BabbleGab sometime and do like a Mystery Science Theater. We just have to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Guess you just have to play it on YouTube, right? I mean, you can't play videos in here, can you?
Yeah, you can. If you do it
Can
right.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's every time we try it, there's a new kink. There's a new they improve it because these companies, they have just buildings full of people thinking of ways to improve things. It usually makes it work worse.
Well, we'll have to do it offline one time when everybody's awake and then try to do a test run.
Because we don't really need our faces and stuff on it.
No,
If we
not
just
really,
have the
just our
video up and
voices.
just us talking over
Yeah.
it.
I watch a Trek video where there's like 4 people on the video on the talk video thing, and their pictures are like all on the side in smaller pictures, but the video they're showing is right next to
We'll
them.
ask them how they do it.
Yeah, I should. Samuel Cockings is his name. No comments.
Well, is he like a big leagues where he's got thousands of commenters, or is it like a little kiddie table like us?
Oh,
you know,
no.
where you can.
Oh,
ask
he's
them
got it's a big podcast they do.
Oh, never mind.
They do a lot of Star Trek fan films too.
Ah.
Trek
Hey,
Yards,
Captain.
that's the name of it.
Come here, Captain. Come here, Captain.
Trek Yards.
Okay.
Want to see the Captain Wapton?
Star Trek.
Let's see the
Captain
captain.
Wapton?
Salute.
Come here. Captain's gonna play the drums for you.
Oh, this should
baby.
be awesome, man.
Here we go. Can you see him?
Yeah.
Hey,
Ooh,
Captain.
Captain.
Hey, Captain.
Aye, aye.
Your
Hey, Captain,
Captain,
buddy.
your chair is right behind me there.
That's my Captain, buddy.
Man, it's the captain's chair. You're right.
Captain's chair, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. That's an old school one
Got a
too,
Lucy,
like
but
before
she's probably
Kirk.
too shy. You want to come in here, Lucy?
Oh, that's Kirk's
Come
Enterprise.
here.
Kirk didn't have that thing, did he? I thought that
Yeah.
was Pike.
No, he had that chair.
Well, the chair, but that leg.
Yeah, the doohickey, the reading lamp / God knows
Oh.
what it is. That
Yeah,
is,
I know.
they used that in the cage in the first pilot,
Yeah.
but they also used it in Where No Man Has Gone Before, the second pilot, the one that didn't have
Second one.
bone.
Huh.
It was a boneless pilot.
Nice.
And that's when the bad guy who used to be Kirk's friend all of a sudden put tinfoil over his eyes. So
Right.
nobody complained when Timmy paints his eyeballs. This guy had tinfoil on his eyes.
Oh,
Why would
geez.
somebody have tinfoil on their eyes?
So
Why would
they,
somebody paint their eyes?
'cause
'Cause it's
it
fun.
made him look like his brain had gained superpowers, apparently.
I
Is that
mostly
what
just
they
painted
used to
my
make his
eyeballs
eyes
to
glow?
freak Put out.
Ah.
They made his eyes glow like with tinfoil? Is that what they did?
Well, I don't know what they did, but it looked like tinfoil.
I just thought it said something they did in post production.
No, he had to have something. They weren't that good.
Well,
I mean, they had to have everybody stand stock still while they drew in the phaser beam. So he had to have like something in his eyes that did that.
well, I remember when the Incredible Hulk, he turned to the Hulk. They would use special contacts.
Yeah, but they
I'm
they
sure these
said
were
they were
contacts.
special, but I saw them in a J.C. Penney's catalog,
Well, there's
Christmas catalog in the set. They
What
had
to
the,
make your eyes glow?
yeah, the glowing eye contacts.
Oh, I gotta get me some of those.
Well, it's the 70s, you know. They had different things back then. Like you could take pills to get a suntan back then and stuff.
You ever see that movie Soul Man?
yeah.
Yes, I did. We
think
saw
I
it in the
have.
theater.
Thomas Howell. He so did I. He took all these extra tanning pills to turn black so he can get into like a black
Is that how he did
scholarship.
it, tanning? It's been so long since I've seen it.
Yeah, he uses all kinds of these extra tanning pills.
I thought it was funny. I thought they had a scene where he tried to play basketball.
Oh yeah, and he was
And that was fun. That was like really funny. And then
some weird name like Kareem Abdul Wonders. I don't know.
yeah, we
And he was
had
doing this.
the guy that went with us was one of our good friends. His name was Earl, and he's this black guy that had the Jermaine Jackson hair, you know, the long hair, and he was quite a thespian. He tried to audition for Fame and all this other stuff. Funny guy, but he's there with us, and they show the girlfriend at the beginning. He's like, she's bow-legged, and everybody in the audience starts.
So he said it out loud?
He said it loud. Yeah, everybody. She's bow-legged.
Oh, fuck.
Everybody- I expect that from Tony, you know, but I didn't expect it from Earl.
Ah. Well,
Yeah, it sounds like
What is that noise?
what noise?
Uh-oh. You hear that?
No.
No.
No,
It's only a
I think
drill.
that-
Never mind.
I think there's a Romulan ship above us. Right
Yeah.
now.
How's this?
Yeah.
It's like, knock it off. I dare you. Oh, shit.
What the hell
That
is
was
that?
easy.
That would be if Robert Conrad played Han Solo, right?
Oh yeah.
Damn right I shot first. I'll shoot you again. Sorry, Captain. That wasn't at you.
You scared the shit out of your dog.
Yeah.
He's passing down the hall. He looks at me and he's going back. He's like, what the fuck? Look.
Vicky's in there burning dinner, I think it smells like.
Ooh,
Now,
nice.
don't do like you did last week, Steve, and just leave us for an hour and a half.
Oh, you want me to sit here and eat in front of you?
As
Yeah.
long as it depends.
We
How long does it
say
take you to eat?
Well, I have to have a
Most
cigarette
of us try
afterwards
to eat
too.
before the show.
Hey, don't blame me. Blame my wife when she cooks.
Why you leave it to her to cook?
Because she kicks me out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's been so long since, I mean, I've been divorced 10 years, so I've cooked my own meals for 10 years. And then, just for old time's sake, I'm like, you know what I'd like to have like it was when Gracie cooked. So I bought the hamburger helper and the,
Well,
Yeah.
was
just
that
like, just like old times.
just like old times?
Yeah.
Did you add hamburger or
Oh, yeah, I added a hamburger. Yeah.
add
No,
water
just-
to it too?
I'll
All
bet.
full- a bowl full of just bread
Crunch
crud
it.
or whatever the hell, spiced bread.
I'll bet Mrs. Nebula paid makes his dinner.
Oh man, we make our own dinners.
Oh, do you?
She don't want to eat. Yeah, she don't want to eat the shit I make, and I don't want to eat the shit she makes. So we're happy that way.
Is that
It's
like
getting to
is
the
that
point
like
around
a,
here like that.
Is that a cultural thing?
Today, I
Well,
consider
it's just
myself
Hmm?
the luckiest man. Okay, no, it doesn't.
Tony and his ass ender.
Yeah. I think he's trying to do today. I consider no. That's a reverb. You want an echo? Yeah.
No, that's good.
The luckiest man in the world.
The face of the
Consider
earth.
myself
The face of the earth. That speaking
Face
of
of
those
the
kind of what, Steve?
Go ahead.
Speaking of those accents, Alan Parsons had this legendary album. It was their first album called Tales of Mystery and Imagination, Edgar Allan Poe. It was all Edgar Allan Poe stories put into songs. So,
Right.
and that was the project. That was his project. And
The Raven.
before The Raven, there was a Dream Within a Dream, and he hired Orson Welles to do a monologue for it and to recite the Edgar Allan Poe, if you know, a few sentences from the story. So it starts out with, "I have never had a thought which I could not put down in woods." And I could just picture Alan, doing, and they didn't even use it on the album. It's like, I never could put down in woods. I could just picture him with the half reading glasses too, saying like Archie Bunker, never had a thought which I could not put down in woods.
Yeah.
Alan's probably, I could have just said that myself, why do we spend $20 on this guy, or however much
$20.
1976 money it was,
Yeah, like $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love the way Archie Bunker talked. It was amazing.
That was our show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
It's perfect. I like the part where Steve talked about it. Archie Bunker. That was great.
It was a little disappointing because I really had my hopes up, but it was okay.
He really reached the climax,
The best part is
What is a ute?
yeah.
Ute.
It's kind of like an
I
El
remember
Camino,
that from-
but Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last movie Fred Gwynn ever did.
Really?
Yep.
I thought it was the only movie he ever did.
Oh, he did Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
He was freaky in that, man. Not Batman, or anything. No, he was freaky in that movie, Pet
Yeah,
Cemetery.
man.
I didn't know a couple of years ago, or a few years ago, they rebooted Car 54. Where are you?
No, they didn't, did they?
They did.
Really?
Was it black people? Because that's what they seem to do.
Probably. I forget who. I came across. I found out because I found it was looking for another show tune to do for the morning show, and I came across. I'm like, no way, Phil Collins did a song with Rosie O'Donnell, and he did.
Really? Oh God, I don't want to hear that.
That's like
You do?
I don't.
It's like mixing raw bacon and mustard. It's just like,
But actually, I can't stand Rosie O'Donnell, but it was actually good.
Really? Huh.
I play a clip on here, but they probably get a copyright strike.
now that Barry's not here, I don't know whatever happened to him, but I don't understand. I was just thinking today, I don't understand Phil Collins. It never registered to me as music. None of his stuff ever did, that's not music to me. It doesn't register as a melody. The only thing I got to thinking, the only thing from Phil Collins that registered as a melody, as a song, was that Misunderstanding. It's like, dun, dun, dun. Oh, okay, I can kind of hear a melody here. It sounds like a song. But the other is just like him hitting the horn, but beep, 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 doop, 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 beep, 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 beep. And it's like, what is this? And it's like every week he had a new number one as Phil Collins, and then he had another number one as Genesis. So it was like you couldn't get away from it.
It's the same song. They just
It did seem like it was all the same song.
Yeah.
But it's funny you should say that, like, What is that noise you're talking about that he makes? Because that's exactly the way this song starts. Listen, just a piece, just the noises. That's how the song starts.
Really? Sounds like a Yoko Ono composition.
Now we got a copyright strike.
All right, there's enough.
Strike one. 3 strikes and you're out.
I really
Steve,
hate that.
okay?
I hate that these people are such buttholes as far as the copyright stuff. Because
Yeah.
it really takes away the fun where you can't play a clip of any gosh dang thing.
I know.
Right.
But
You
you
gotta
get
look
on
into
there.
that. I don't know what the, because we've gotten away from it before. We like at one of the precious moments we got the Hooga Shaka thing and all that. We never got hit with that.
Yeah.
The only time we ever got hit was when Tony had that Santa Claus conquers whatever.
Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's playing. It didn't even have any noise. It was just the
But for a rule for the Fair Use Act, it does say you're allowed to play a clip if you're for educational purposes or you're doing critique on
Well,
it.
the problem is if they
Where'd you get that?
if they ban your channel, then you basically have to. I mean, you could take that to court, or you could take it to if there's an appeal process. But it's almost like guilty until proven innocent kind of thing.
Mhm.
So by the time you might fight it, it might not be worth it.
Probably not. No. At least I don't know. It's when they demonetized Transforama, they did that twice. And the first time they had no help desk, there was nothing you could do. So I just quit for years. And then the second time I found some place I could appeal to, and they reinstated me.
But you can get on YouTube and you can find all music you want. You can also cover any song you want.
Mm-hmm.
Sing it yourself, but and no strap. Well, I sang a couple that one Nickajack song. I did get a mark against that. It just demonetized it, and it's covered by the licensing now.
Yeah, see, we're not monetized here anyway. We don't qualify. So
Yeah.
some of that is just demonetizing. So we might be able to get away with certain things.
Probably, yeah.
But that strike from that was a year or two ago with that strike, and it's still there. Like, don't think
Still?
it'll ever
Don't
go
go
away.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
For life.
Well,
Yet the people at YouTube, the people that run it, they're probably like, "Oh, these axe murderers, you should give them a second chance." I bet they're the first people to say that. You know?
Give them a second chance to kill another person.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah.
so back in the day when I was putting the wrong channel or that other show we don't mention anymore, Vinny Zumo had a song up there. I was playing a clip of it on our show, and we got a copyright strike. Even though Vinny was on the show that day, and I played a clip of his music.
Vinny gets copyright strikes on his own music. He does.
Yeah.
And,
That crazy?
How do you
That's
do
just-
that?
I bet you I can play an Apology None song on here and we'd get a copyright strike.
he would.
No, man, we got
I
strike already.
I
You
get they point their finger at me when I privately share the movie in progress with you guys. And then they say, "Oh, you use music. You used this song and that song."
Sure.
But the copyright owner said it's okay to use it. And I'm like, "Yeah, it's me." And it would be nice if there was a way I could just tell them that it's me. Could you please link my 2 channels, then know that I am the same person?
There is a YouTube music library of all this music you're allowed to use,
Mm-hmm.
and it all sucks.
Yeah,
It's all
I was
done
gonna
for
say.
It's all MIDI stuff, right?
No,
Sounds
There's
like
this
the
one
alarm
artist
on my
who-
washing machine.
his name is Kevin MacLeod, and he's really actually pretty good with all this different music.
Would have been better if it was Bob Rivers, rest his soul.
Oh, yeah,
But that
yeah.
would've been,
Yeah,
we should have had him on our show.
yeah.
Why didn't we have him on our show? Because Steve didn't
Yeah,
ask him.
Ah.
I spend all day and all night just asking celebrities to come on here.
Yeah.
Huh?
Start with the ones that are alive.
Oh,
Even
well,
though
nobody
I
told me.
really don't
Nobody,
care
nobody
about
told
them.
me that.
Dude, they got the artificial intelligence, or what do they call
Yeah.
it? The deep fake stuff now. You can just bring any celebrity you
Oh,
want
wouldn't
on
that be
here.
cool to
Well,
do
good.
that on here? We can get, we can get like Gene Kelly or Fred Astaire on here,
Yeah,
deep fake,
that's right.
Feet fake.
Ooh, we
Feet
can
fake.
bring. I want to
Yeah.
bring Olivia Newton-John back to life. I was hot. I
You
was
guys are
so hot.
freaking me out now.
Well,
How
that's
do you
what
know?
they're gonna do,
They
man.
did that 40 years ago. They had Fred Astaire doing a damn vacuum cleaner commercial.
Oh yeah,
They took one of his movies, and I guess back then there was no, none of that stuff. So they actually had to physically animate the vacuum cleaner in his hand in the movie
Oh wow!
yeah, I remember that.
because he was dancing with a cane, with one of those. I got the top hat, my cane, and they put the vacuum cleaner instead of the cane. But that they had to do, I think, by hand.
Isn't Fred Astaire the one who originally did "Putting on the Ritz" or one of the?
He did one. I don't know who. I mean, because back then they'd write a song and they'd give it to every singer they could think of.
True.
Whoever recorded it first.
Putting on the Ritz, good cracker.
Yep. Because even in the '60s, somebody'd write a song. The guy with the telescope guy, James Webb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy
He
Webb.
would write a song and they would just say they'd send it out to like everybody.
Boy, I would have loved to have had. Oh my gosh! Imagine they had that kind of money he must have made in the late '60s.
Oh yeah,
Like all the number one songs were his.
yeah.
Damn.
I just speaking of music, I was reading up, and not that anybody cares, but the battle between the Osmonds and the Jacksons back then. Did you know?
Battle?
Because they sounded exactly the same.
Yeah,
I mean, exactly.
like ABC was originally supposed to have been done by who did it? ABC, the Osmonds did that. No, they did. ABC was originally for the Osmonds, and One Bad Apple was supposed to be for the Jacksons. But each
Because you
passed
could
on
play
the
those songs. You could play, and say, now, can you identify? Is this a Jackson 5 song or
Yeah.
Osmond
It all just
song?
sounds like screaming kids and police
Yeah.
whistles to me. I can't stand either of them.
Yeah, hang on a second.
I think they never formed like a super group, the Osmond Five.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
thing
how
is,
about
is
you
when they
both
grew up,
singing
their
harmony with
voices
little
never
kid
changed.
voices?
It was still like listening to little babies screaming.
Well, the thing is, I mean, Michael Jackson allegedly was given puberty blockers so his voice wouldn't change. Because when Donny Osmond's voice changed, his popularity went in the toilet. It's like, oh, you really like listening to a little kid who sounds like he's screaming.
He wants to say hi, then he'll go.
Hi.
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 Okay.
Hi.
Can you hear him now? Or-
Hi.
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 Okay.
I
Hey,
thought
human
they
voice,
had their own
kid.
variety
Goodbye.
show and everything back when he was a teenager.
Hmm?
When
The
Donnie and
Osmonds?
Marie were teenagers, they had their like own variety show.
No, they were grown up.
What?
They had a show, yes, but not when they were like 5.
I don't
Oh,
mean that. I
teenagers.
said when they were teenagers. So, I mean, they,
Like 11 teen or 12 teen or 13 teen.
Well, they were brought 17, 18, 19.
I figured they were. Yeah. I used to hate
And
that
And of course,
show.
the Jackson 5, but instead of an F, there was a numeral 5. So I always called it the Jackson 5 a cartoon, which of course I
What
never
gets me
missed
is
because I never saw it, so I never missed it.
what gets me is whatever one group did, the other one had to do. Like one got an animated show, the other one had to get an animated show.
Right.
I only
And-
saw the Jackson 5 show when in the 80s when they had their resurgence when they were adults and they got back again and it was
I was talking about the animation.
yeah, well,
They
it was
both-
just like Fat
they both-
Albert, but not quite as fat. Tito was, but he wasn't. It's like you had, and it seemed like it was the same Fat Albert because he had Michael there. Hey Tito, what you doing? I put on, I tried on my diaper. I don't think the diaper's supposed to go on your head, Fat Tito. I'm sorry.
Fat
They're both
Fat Tito.
Lord.
Didn't one of them just floofy? One
Yeah.
of the Osmonds.
This was going to be a surprise, but nobody will remember this anyway. The drummer of the Hogleys. I gave him extremely Fat Albert's voice.
Nice.
So he's the one when Jake Hogley says, when he puts down those electrical wires and says, apology nuns, they're going to get it, our dumb's going to get a charge out of this or whatever. And he's like, but what about the booby trap? I had to put that in there.
That's gonna be good.
I'm right now, I'm at the scene where they are getting their comeuppance, Hogleys. So I've still got at least another week or so before I get to the end credits and the Apology Nun song. So
You want
what's
another?
a comeuppance?
they're like muffins.
What's a
but they
comeuppance?
got-
Those old British coins, they had like farthings and tuppence and comeuppance.
Okay.
I
You
thought
want
a
another?
comeuppance was like a muffin, but you get yours. You dig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a
Hey,
McDonald's
Ricky,
thing?
Uh-huh.
A ricochet biscuit is the kind of a biscuit.
Blues Brothers.
McDonald's McCuffin. No, now we're saying a MacGuffin. That's the thing. That's like the Jade Idol and the Raiders of the Lost Ark is a MacGuffin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did they get that? What is a MacGuffin? I mean, where did that come? Where does that come from?
That was Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, he came up
Because
with
he said what everybody was chasing after didn't matter. So he just called it the MacGuffin.
So it's just
if you ever see the movie Ronin, which is a fun movie with lots of cars going really fast, everybody's going after this briefcase. And it's never revealed what's in the briefcase because it doesn't matter. Everybody's chasing after it. That's what matters.
I thought it was
I think
$200. I thought it was $100,000, and when they opened it up on that ladder, it flew away, and everybody's hanging from the ladder.
Yeah.
I think every movie should end with that.
Yeah, there you go. In Ronin, I think at the end of it, the one guy asked, "What was in that thing?" And he went, "Oh."
Man, I could imagine if Star Wars ended Timmy's way. Ladder and money.
What?
So Star Wars. I was just thinking of all the movies that could end the way you want them to end with the ladder and the money, man. Star Wars. What was that?
Big ladder,
Vader,
Death
you
Star.
and all the money. Somebody posted on Facebook the still from Darth Vader with his helmet off, the hard-boiled egg guy. So it's such a moving scene, and he gets to see his father for the last blah blah blah. And it took all my restraint not to put. Yeah, he's a hard-boiled egg
in a black bucket. Remember the end of Jaws when they all climbed up that mast with the briefcase and all the money flew out, and then Jaws was in the water and like snap, snap, he ate all the money.
Good. Oh, good times. Good times.
Now, I've always meant to ask this, Neb, are you in a hospital room?
I've been pronounced
All that
clinically
crap
dead for
behind
10
you
years
looks-
now.
All that crap behind you looks vaguely medical for some reason.
Kind of does.
Yeah, I've got this is
Are you in a
a
psych
spare
ward?
organ just in case.
Do you have like the TV
Oh.
on the wall on the corner, on the top?
Oh, I didn't see it was a. I didn't see
like
the piano.
a
It looked-
small replica of a street lamp.
yeah.
That's right. I'm trying to lure sexy nurses into my house, and it hasn't worked so far.
There you go. Can you, let's hear you play the piano then.
Oh, I can't play. My kid can. I can't
Oh,
do shit. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I mean, I can play it, but not correctly.
I can play Mary Had a Little Lamb on it.
My
One step ahead of me.
my
And I can
priest-
play also Hark the Herald Angels Sing. That's the only two. Go ahead.
Ah, good old hero.
Yeah. I could probably play a Yoko Ono tune.
Or like everybody did back in my high school, where there was a piano, there was always two people would get on it and start playing, dun, 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 dun,
Oh, Heart and Soul.
ding, ding, ding. There you go.
Yeah.
And somebody actually, and then I hear that on the radio, some oldie station will be playing it from the 50s. And it's like, oh, it's that song that every idiot played on the
My priest asked if my footwear was socially acceptable.
Ah,
If your footwear.
Yeah.
did you have Crocs on?
No, I had my toe socks and then sandals, like leather sandals, like I always do in the winter. Because I think he was wanting to do it too. I think he liked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Seems acceptable to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, don't wear regular socks and sandals, or they think you're an old man. You wear toe socks, and you're kind of trendy. I hate that word. But
Oh, okay.
at least you'd come
I've
off
never-
a little more in the know.
I'll be right back. I'm not going to be gone long.
So Steve played a song on his show.
Yep, that was it.
Oh, he's
What'd I
gone.
do?
Never seen
Oh,
it
wait,
again.
he's back.
It said, I sucked your face, and that's the last I've seen of my heart.
That was Fire Fail, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I love their songs.
I do like
Never
one of their
top 10.
songs, but Steve never plays it.
Oh,
That's a strange way to tell me you love me.
Oh, I like Strange Way. That's a
When
good
you
one.
bawl and cry and pound the floor. I like that song.
wood.
No, I thought he was saying, I saw your face, and that's the last I've seen in my heart.
That's why I don't say jokes on this show when Steve's here.
Why?
He always comes up with his own version that's not as funny.
Well,
Who
like
else
I
does it? I'll make a wordplay joke in the chat or whatever the hell, and then our friend Phil will then make another joke based on that joke, and it's just like classic putting a hat on a hat joke stacking.
Yeah. That's my pet
It's like-
peeve
like
is the joke stacking.
yeah, that's
stuff.
why I made that. I cut that Mad TV joke about 9/11 and the psychic.
Oh yeah, because it just goes on. It makes the same joke
Yeah.
18 times.
Yeah, and all I did was shorten it to it ended up being like 20 seconds, and it was funnier.
Oh yeah. Well, they had to fill in time on those damn TV shows. It's like it's like SNL. They might have one really funny joke.
Yeah.
That's why some of the best stuff is really quick on SNL, which is like Belushi as Beethoven,
Oh wow, I didn't see
because
that.
those were quick, and I thought they were funny as hell. Maybe I'm the only one.
I'd play that 9/11 thing, but it'd probably get a copyright strike.
Yeah.
No, we've heard it. It's mildly amusing.
Yeah. Well, I love making fun of that psychic Cleo anyway. Call me now. I'm like, what a.
She was great, man. She said, "You're going to lose a lot of money by talking to me." And she was not. She nailed it.
What would ever happen to her?
I sexed her up.
You said. What was her name? Was Miss Cleo, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was CLEO.
Miss Cleo. That was a 90s
Because the
thing.
Renault had a car called the Clio, but that was CLIO. But I don't think she spelled it like that.
That's when people monopolize on this 900 number shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord! Oh, that is so funny. There's a guy on the Vortex. Well, he's affiliated with Vote. He does his own show once a month, and he plays like dirty movies and stuff. And he in the middle he will play TV commercials for 900 numbers.
Mm.
And oh my god! I mean, first off, it's that 80s,
Yeah.
picture quality and graphics and stuff.
Yeah.
So it looks like, Monet when he was having a hangover or something like that. And it's all these women and it said, call me now.
I love the one.
$2.95 a minute. Get your parents' permission.
Yeah, she's always lounging and got her legs totally spread and her hands down there, saying how
Yeah.
lonely she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of those weren't just psychic lines; they were also sex.
Well, no,
lines.
most of them were like,
Kind that Debs hangs out with you back
Yeah.
then.
Who did you say that had the duet with Phil Collins, Steve?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Ah!
He did it with her?
Because I was thinking maybe he meant Roseanne Barr, and I took it wrong,
No.
but no, I didn't.
Because I'm actually playing it next week on the show tune of the week.
Oh, please don't.
oh,
Oh, nice.
I'm surprised. Like I said, I can't stand Rosie O'Donnell, but I like this it's catchy. And Rosie actually doesn't
So
sing that bad.
COVID, for fuck's sake.
You what? COVID.
So is COVID. COVID is catchy too.
Is it still catchy? Well,
I
is
don't
it?
know. I keep hearing, oh, I had it 8 times. Shit, I had it once.
I didn't have
Did
it
you?
at all.
I had it in September, last September. I liked it.
Yeah.
It just made me want to sleep, and I hardly ever get sleep or take a successful nap. And then I'm just like, ah.
I had
nice.
COVID and I liked it.
Yeah.
Well, the show was late starting today because I had a successful nap, which means the one you almost don't wake up from.
No.
All right, I will be back.
Tony almost died.
I was wondering, except his circle was there in our chat. I'm like, are you gonna do a show? It's like we literally had like 10 minutes to go before the show. So I'm like, we're doing a show, and people are looking at me. I could see that they saw my thing, and then there's nothing.
I didn't think you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to Steve, because he put a little hand thing in there, because the hand,
Well, Steve did the hand thing. This was
Yeah.
after the hand thing, because that was this morning.
No, because I had just woken up in my brain. I thought we were starting the call, the Zoom call at the bottom of the hour, not the show, but the Zoom call.
Right.
And I always think I'm going to get everything ready ahead of time, and then it never works out that way.
Never works out.
I'll never forget. My mom took an afternoon nap that was like that. It was so deep. When she got up, she thought it was time for work, and it was like 5 in the.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hey, Mom, what you doing?" And she's like, "Shut up, child. I got to get ready for work." And I'm like, "You know what time it is?" And she's like, "Quit messing with me. I got to get ready for work." And I'm like, it's 5 o'clock in the evening. You don't even work till tomorrow. And she's like, "Child, we go back and forth. Finally, she realized it.
Probably she realized she was white and stopped talking like that.
You don't know my mama."
That's right.
Just because she drove old Cadillacs.
She did. She had a 75 big Cadillac. I don't even remember what model. It was the big one.
Coupe Devil.
Coupe Devil.
I love me a Coupe Devil.
Hold on while I change my IV bag here.
That was the 70s where you could buy a 2-door car that was the length of the USS Forrestal. And God help you if you parked, with on a hill that had the slightest slope at all facing uphill, because that door weighed 1,000 pounds by itself.
It did. I mean, my Camaro, I had a couple Camaros, and I mean, they're pony cars, and their doors were huge.
But that Coupe Devil, that if cars didn't get smaller in the late 70s, I think somebody would have come up with a way to have some kind of power assist on those doors, like a hydraulic thing in there that would
Yeah, just be another thing to break.
Well, of course, but then that's what they spend half their time designing. Because I think a lot of like minivans now, the lid will have like a thing that helps it up and down. I mean, not just the little gas cylinder that dies after a year, but some kind of automatic doohickey.
You mean like the trunk things, right?
Yeah, the hatchback. The tailgate.
Yeah. Somebody almost killed me with one of those. They're like, "Hey, could you get my water?" So I reach in there and they push the fucking button and it's like coming out of my head and shit. I'm like, "You bastards, fucking assholes, man."
Yeah, that happened to
Don't help
Josh.
anybody.
Tracy had some kind of little Nissan thing, and that hatchback fell down on him. He had to go to the hospital. What a baby.
Well, and the thing is, like our Rabbit, we had a 75 Rabbit, and the Rabbits, they had one of those gas cylinders. It was just only on one side. So, and of course, those things always die. I think I actually bought a new one to put on there, but it did. Then what do you do? Because you have to hold the thing up with one hand and then take your groceries with the other hand.
Wait, you're telling me that Rabbit didn't have that little notch that you put up the rod that locks it off, like the screen door?
The hood had that, I think. But I think, no, you are correct, sir. The 75, my dad found, because how a dealership, they would order one car with like no options on it just to put there, just to make it in the newspaper ad. Oh, a brand new car for $49.
Right.
And nobody buys it because it doesn't have anything on it. It's got like hubcaps and shit. and no radio. My dad buys the damn thing. You weren't supposed to buy that one. It didn't even have a damn radio. It had cloth seats that were this, that wore through in about a week.
The salesman probably got fired for selling it to him.
You're not supposed to do that. No, it had, and this was back when they first started putting little vents that would like shoot defroster, defogger air onto the side windows. A little one on the dash and this one had like a blank cover over it that didn't have any slots because it was the base model. And I looked at it and I wonder, I pried off the little cover and then there was a block of like foam in there. And I pulled out the foam and then turned on the heater and then the air shot out of it. So they would actually, in order to make it a lowball car, what the added expense of sticking in a piece of foam and then putting a blank. So I just got the cover with the slots from the dealer and it was fine. Nice little upgrade.
So they make the car worse than it actually is. They spend money to make the car worse than it is.
And then it had, what was it? Oh, might have been intermittent wipers, but it had a little piece of plastic that would keep you from pushing the stock down to get the intermittent feature. So you take the steering wheel off and I don't even think you had to take the steering wheel off. Take the little piece of plastic out. Now you got intermittent wipers. It's like, gee.
Ew. Man.
No, they used to do that with computer chips. They would sell a version cheaper by disabling half of it, which is an extra step in manufacturing.
What is that?
Now, Timmy has
inside of your cup. Yeah.
Falstaff. The only beer named after a Shakespearean drunk.
This thing is like older than Tony, and I got it on eBay. It's uncirculated. Doesn't even have a lid kept on it.
Nice.
Kind of cool. But this one was circulated, and somebody did what they're supposed to do and take the drink out of the bottom, so you could still have.
Oh, okay. Because I remember when cans had no tops at all, you had to do that with what was lovingly called a church key. And so you'd put it on one side, you go, and you'd open it, a big hole, and then you would turn it around and go and make just a little hole, because you had to get the big hole and the little hole. Because if you didn't put the little hole, then the air couldn't get in, and you're trying to drink it. It doesn't work.
Right, the Hawaiian punch.
That's unholy.
Oh.
And you'll never guess where I got this. Church.
Yeah, probably.
Irony.
It was. Somebody gave me that. It was at a church function. Gave me that.
Okay. Pinky's out, lad. Pinky's out.
Ah.
Yeah.
So Steve said,
Formal
I
chat.
won't be very long. And then we never heard from him again.
Well, it's okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
He's enjoying his food.
Yeah. No, he got to buy one, get one free for an entire roast chicken, and say now he's having to eat both of them.
I hate when that happens, man. People force food on me and stuff. Delicious food too.
Oh yeah. Oh, here you can buy this. Oh, you get this free with a $25 purchase. Oh, yeah, it helps me a lot.
It does, especially getting one free of the same thing you just bought, especially if you don't really want it.
I'm actually going to have to break down and make a shopping list, because I've been curious for years if Hunt's snack packs still exist, and if you could still get the little metal can of butterscotch pudding.
Yes.
When you peel it up, it has the edge around it that is sharper than a goddamn razor blade.
Yeah, I
and
don't
you
think
always
so.
want to lick the last bit of pudding out of there, but you're going to lose your tongue doing it.
In Mexico, you can get one of those, like the glass bottle Cokes and stuff, dude.
That's disgusting.
Well, the Tecate beer cans used to still have the pop tops that you peel off and then make a hat out of or something like that. Or half the people would just shove it right back in the can, but you never know what's been on the top of that can. So you're putting whatever was in the top of the can in the can.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people have swallowed it. I think Steve had a News of the Weird where somebody put the pop top in the can and then drank the beer or whatever it was and then choked on the can pop top.
They did that on Emergency, that show Emergency.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, I think that might have been it. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Oh, I
that
love
when I
that
was a little
show.
kid, because that's the only time I ever saw that show was when I was a little kid, still in Kansas City. I remember
My
that.
Yeah,
favorite.
they show it on one of the retro channels now. I actually was inadvertently watched a parade. I was just on a walk, and there was suddenly a parade for no reason. And in the parade was Squad 51, the 72 Dodge.
Oh, nice. The same
Nice.
one.
I know that truck. It had
Was
the
it the
black
actual one?
California plate on it and everything. It's like, wow.
Is that the one they used in the show?
Yeah, it's in a museum now. But this was
Yeah, I
like about
figured they
20 years ago.
I figured they restored it.
Well, I don't know if it ever really needed restoring. I think that it had just been cared for the whole time.
It seems like the
'Cause
first
one of the
season they
fire
had
trucks.
It seems like the first season they had the earlier body style.
They did only when you saw their point of view looking out the windshield. Then you would see the older style hood.
Oh, it had to. I mean, I actually remember seeing like the '71 Dodge truck. I mean, I actually
Yeah,
saw it.
you'd see that in the background. You'd see it in the background, like at the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know
But
more
you
about
never
it than
really
I
see
do.
them driving that one, except when you see the point of view shot from inside the truck looking over this, because the hood's the wrong.
Now, did they ever change the name of that show to Emergency One?
Yeah, in reruns.
Is that what it
They
was?
used
Because
to do
I knew
that.
I wasn't going crazy.
Yeah.
I
No,
couldn't
they
even
used to do
Google
that.
it.
Because if a show ran long enough that they could start syndicating the first seasons, and rerunning them in the afternoon, they would often change the title. Like Hawaii Five-0, when it was in that syndication, it was called McGarrett.
Really?
I didn't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they just called it 5-0.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
no.
What if it
cool.
was
I didn't know
4-9?
that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at
They
all.
didn't have a show called Alaska 4-9.
They did that to Flying Nun when it became a rerun or in syndication. They just called it The Walking Nun.
Oh, that's because there was a $6 million man, and then I'd heard the Bionic Man, and I didn't know if it was like a nickname. The kids would be at school. Hey, did you see the Bionic Man? It was like almost like what it ended up becoming.
Well, it was easier to say in the $6 million.
I think it was.
That's why, because they got it confused when the Bionic Woman came out.
Oh, and I got in my timeline for the precious moments a few weeks ago. Steve tried to play the sound effect of the Hulk changing, and he didn't have the musician thing on, so it was like.
Oh, that's funny.
It was hilarious.
Is Kevin Ty and Randolph Mantu still alive?
Oh yeah,
From
they're
those.
both like near or in their 80s now.
I thought
And
so.
they've actually been good friends the whole time, so they didn't manage to piss each other off on the show.
You know,
Because they were always bantering on the show, but they were very close friends in real
every
life.
once in a while I'll see Randolph Mantu somewhere, but you never see. Last time I saw Kevin Ty, he was on Voyager.
Really?
He did that thing about Y2K on Voyager.
Oh, good.
Where it was a flashback episode.
Way to be topical. Yeah. There you go.
Topical.
Because you would see Ken McCord, the other, on
Adam
Adam
12.
12. Wasn't he on a sci-fi show?
Yeah, wasn't. Yeah, he was in Battlestar Galactica, I think, for a little bit.
Ah.
Yeah, but Martin Milner passed away years ago, though.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the radio, the police radio gal, Sharon Claridge.
Oh,
You played her voice as nobody's gonna guess this. Oh, that's Sharon Claridge.
Yeah, you got it right. I thought, I'm gonna get everybody this time.
One day, Tony will be the only one who has any trivia for those old pop culture references.
I already am.
Got plenty of trivia. It's all lies, but I got it.
Oh, and then Steve had his mystery voice once, and it was just this gal going. Oh, that's Marlo Thomas, because I had just heard her doing a radio spot for the St. Jude.
Yeah,
I don't know what the Saint chewed, but he chewed something.
Oh God.
Oh,
and she's
Was
got
his last name Bernard?
heavy cigarette voice, yeah. Because she had like a raspy voice even back in the day, but then 60 years a pack a day.
Speaking of which, our buddy Eric on oxygen. What was his last name? Eric. The frog.
It's a Nordic name.
The toad.
Eric.
Yeah.
Frog?
You just say the evil Dr. Toad.
Yeah. He's like got to have an oxygen tank now.
But he says now he doesn't have to have it all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
That's not good.
he does horror hosting on. It's called the Vortex, but don't go. Don't like type in Vortex on your browser. Open a new tab on your existing browser. It's under horrorhost.net.
Boy,
And they
when I
show-
put in vortex.com with 2 X's, it takes me there. So they got her like a redirectory.
Oh, they finally did that. Yeah, because Molly was talking about that about 10 or 12 years ago. She was all raving about, but this is such a great website, but it'll so great, blah, blah, blah. And I keep looking for it. I can't find it. And I would see stuff on Facebook. It said, oh, tune in to blah, blah, blah. No link. What in the hell? And then finally, after about a year, I figured out, oh, it's horror host. Because you can't say horror host because that's a whole nother thing. That's
Wait,
Ron
you can't say
Jeremy.
whore? What?
I
And
think,
that was-
well, no, you go to the wrong thing. You go to some Ron Jeremy thing. Then you don't want
That was the same time frame where we had that stupid chat room suspects thing, and Tony couldn't figure out what that was either. I couldn't figure out what that
Yeah,
was.
because it was you guys recorded it at 4 a.m. on like Sunday morning, and you broadcast it like at midnight or some shit. I had no idea.
Oh, that
We
was
had- we
horrible.
recorded it. And I edited it that day and played it that night.
I literally had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and this was like a Saturday morning because I would be up late with Darren watching movies and taking in the booze or doing our Star Trek writing and stuff. And I'd go to bed at like 3 in the morning and have to be up at 5 to do that stupid show because Shaz had to do it early, her time, in England.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and she didn't even really have an
And
excuse. It
even,
was just
the
convenient
whole-
before. It was total
Yeah.
bullshit. I'm so glad we fired her.
Well,
But
in
we didn't
England,
fire her.
you know,
She just, I think, what we did is
Got
we
it.
finally changed our schedule, and she's like, "Well, I'm not gonna be able to do it anymore because she changed." I'm like, "Bye."
Oh, anyway. Oh, anyway.
I
Yeah,
have
that's Tony
Oh,
Clarkson
and don't
bit.
get me wrong, I love you, Shaz. If you're watching this, or if somebody's like plays a clip of this to her,
all right. I have.
I
I
love
have
her
this-
as a friend.
in
We
England-
just that being up at 5 in the morning, that shit didn't gut it.
I have
In
this. I
England,
want to.
they have they have no idea what time it is in England. I don't think they understand clocks. They might understand melody, but I don't think they understand clocks.
And what were you saying, Steve?
No, I have this. But remember when Martin Milner passed away?
Yeah.
Remember, and they actually did this for him.
All units, be advised, 1 Adam 12 is no longer taking radio calls. 1 Adam 12, Martin Milner is in the watch. KMA 367.
I thought that was cool. They recorded that for him.
Yeah.
Who did? Now who did?
Okay. You want an explanation? Or are you going to keep just go? Blah, 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 blah?
I don't
That's
know
Sharon
what
Clary.
are you talking about?
That's Sharon
Mark-
Clary. Okay, I'm going to start the story from the beginning if you guys will shut the fuck up. Okay, Sharon Claridge. She was a real LAPD, Los Angeles Police Department dispatcher. And she did on the show Adam 12, which debuted in 1968. They had her do all the radio calls for them because she was the real thing and she used the correct language and had the right everything. And then years later, when Martin Milner passed away, they had her do what they call end of watch, which is when they announce that a police officer has passed away, do that little announcement for that in a tribute to Martin Milner. Martin Milner, of course, not only was on Adam 12, he was also on Valley of the Dolls.
Okay, I know
And
why I was
also on
confused. I thought you said Mark Regula.
Oh,
And I didn't know what the hell was going on. I'm like, it was nice of the dispatcher to do that with Mark Regula, but what was the connection? That's why I was like, what? Who did what now?
The first movie after Adam 12 I saw Martin Milner on. I don't know if you remember the trilogy, The Bastard, the Rebel, and the Seekers by John Jay.
And the seat cushion?
On what?
A bastard.
seat
Seat
cushion.
cushion.
There was a
The
3-part
Bastard, the Rebel, and the Seat Cushion.
Seekers.
Oh no, that was a
Seekers.
great group. I would
Georgia
sandwich
Girl.
that for it. Hey there,
Nah, but,
Georgia Girl.
you know that
in fact,
movie? I've never seen
Randolph
it, but I read
Mantooth
it.
was in that film.
Yeah. Oh, Mantooth,
And the
or as I always
Seekers.
called him, Rantooth Mandolph.
Yeah, Randy Mate. He was in the Seekers. He played played
Okay.
opposite Martin Milner. Weird seeing them two together.
Well, actually, they because they did spin Emergency off of Adam 12,
Yeah, I remember that.
so it was sort of the same universe, and so they did. And although, like in season 2 of Emergency, they talk about watching Adam 12 on TV.
Oh, isn't that weird?
But they did that. Beverly Hillbillies and
Green
Green
Acres.
Acres did the same thing.
And Petticoat
Where they were
Junction.
in the same universe, supposedly, but they would talk about one as it being a TV show.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm
So it was
surprised
a
they didn't
TV
do
show.
more of that with the since they were the same network or whatever. Plug each other.
Yeah,
Not
that'd
in
be kinda
that
like-
way.
That'd be kind of
Well,
like
they did that too.
that'd be kind of like Maud saying she's going to watch All in the Family or something, you know.
Yeah,
Well, she actually did through their window once.
pretty much.
Edith is like, Archie, there's a big ugly man outside the window. It was B. Arthur, you know, it was
Now, All in the Family, they had the spinoff was the the Jeffersons, right? And Maude.
Maud.
And then
Yeah.
Mary Tyler Moore, they had a spinoff. Didn't they have like Phyllis for about a week, and then they have Rhoda and like and of course Lou Grant.
Lou Grant, yeah.
Although Lou Grant in Mary Tyler Moore was this goof,
Yeah.
there's this lovable
Right.
goofball, and then he spins off in his own thing where
Makes
he's a
it a
newspaper
drama.
dude, and he's all business and serious.
Yeah. You forgot
Totally
one other.
different church.
You forgot one other spinoff, kind of sort of Good Time or All in the Family, which is Good Times, which is a
Was that in the
spinoff
same
of
universe?
which is a spinoff of Maud, because Flo was Maud's housekeeper.
Kiss my great.
Oh, I didn't
No,
know
not
that because I
that
never
Flo.
watched Maude because there's no way I was going to watch it.
Oh, my mom liked Maud.
Yeah.
You know, she was in the Marines.
The only thing I remember
back
about Maud was when, you know, I'm waterboarding myself. Why? That's the only thing I remember from Maud.
I remember that
That's kinda
one too.
That's kind of like Jaws. They had to spin off a Baby Shark. Anyway, go ahead. What were you saying, Nibs?
Shark.
The only
You know,
thing
I
I
think
remember
they
from
missed
Jaws
that.
is when Brody says, I knew we shouldn't have brought a wiffle boat.
You know, that's one of those
Oh, yeah.
movies I cannot watch a second time. Jaws.
Really?
Really?
Because I saw it back in '75, and I was or '76. I think it was '76. It had been around, and it came to a local theater, and I was okay with most of it. Just the one time when they go down to the sunken boat and they look in the porthole and there's a dead guy.
Oh yeah.
That was the
With
jump scare for me when I was 15 years old.
And they say the shark looked fake, but I'm like, I never saw a real shark, so you know. up
Yeah, I mean,
close.
sharks are sharks.
I don't
But
think it looked fake. The very end of it, you could kind of see the jaw. He had the cowardly lion jaw thing. That's about it. That's other than that, it was fine with me.
Yeah.
But I think, as they say over and over again, because the shark didn't work worth a damn, it made it a better movie.
But the thing that got me about the movie was on the shark was tipping the boat, making the guy go right into its mouth. I said, that's it for me.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Sharks do that all the time, though. Happens in
They
real
bite the
life.
boat.
Yeah, they
Well,
bite
no,
the boat.
in Jaws 3 or 4, he bit an airplane.
What?
Yeah, that was
Bit an
4.
airplane.
That was the guy the guy with the glasses, the English guy. What was his name?
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, Austin Powers.
Yeah, Austin Powers' dad.
Surprised Jaws never went to space.
No, it was
dude.
Austin Powers' dad. What's his name?
Jaws in outer space.
Oh, Michael Caine.
Yeah, that was him.
You know what I find is just.
Yeah, he
I
was
feel
in
like
Jaws.
this
He
is
was in
just.
Jaws 4, The Revenge.
I feel like this is way out there. I feel you've seen this Sharknado stuff where the tornadoes
Oh,
are
God.
sharks. Like what the?
That was after I quit going to movies.
Oh, Gracie getting mad because I'd make fun of those stupid movies, those sci-fi channel movies. But they had the one where the tornado went into the what do you call it, the sewer recycle thing, and it was called Shitstorm.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
God.
Or was that one movie was called Steaks on a Plane, and it was just like Samuel L. Jackson just enjoying a nice steak on a plane, and I'm thinking,
Oh,
okay.
that's so
Man, I
racist,
like
Tony.
those.
Goodness.
That was
Snake.
A1 quality.
I'm really loving these steaks on this plane.
I never saw that and never really regret not
Never
seeing
will.
it.
That's the one with snakes were on the plane. The real.
Yeah.
There was a movie I saw with snakes on them. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
Why
And they
do
were on a
have
plane?
Snakes.
They were on. They were flying the plane.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
flying.
it was one of these. It was an ascender. It was an ascender, and the snake. You could see this. You could see the snake. You could see his tongue right there in the cockpit.
Oh, geez.
Humans on a plane.
I'll tell you
Humans
the
on a plane.
Would
freakiest.
somebody these goddamn humans off this plane?
The freakiest airplane movie I ever saw was The Ghost of Flight 401 with Ernest Borgnine.
Ah,
You ever see
see
that?
that
That was well, Flight 401 really did happen. It went down in the Everglades, and rumor has it that plane. And rumor has it that the parts from that plane were used in other planes, and they would see the ghost
yeah.
of the Ernest Borgnine on that plane.
Yeah, let's go fish that plane out of the damn swamp, wash it off, and then use like the
Recycle
ashtrays
parts.
and and the door handles on another plane.
Yeah.
Is that the one where instead of showing the plane crash, they cheaped it up by just showing some guy catching frogs and the expression on his face when he sees it? I hate those damn.
Yeah, they did that. It was,
I hate that
yeah.
stuff. There was one movie from the early '70s that it was like Terror at 40,000 feet or something.
Yeah,
And
that's
that was
what I
the
think
witch
that's
who was
it.
on the plane. Remember the plane with the witch and it was very
Witch?
supernatural
Which
and the carpet started bubbling up and all this. Remember that?
Was that the one with Shatner?
Might have been. I don't know.
I saw something
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
so.
Because there was a thing. It was a chartered plane, and some rich guy had bought like an entire old monastery or some crap, or the altar from the old, and was bringing it back with him to the United States on that plane. And there was an evil spirit associated with it. And William Shatner, of all people, played a Catholic priest who'd actually left the priesthood.
Oh, gee.
And in the process of like battling the demon, he gets his faith back, and he ends up saving the day.
The Lord is my shepherd.
Yeah.
Way to go, William Shatner. Fuck yeah.
I remember something
And on
part
that
of it
note-
scared me. You know, when I was like 4 years old, I watched that, and
Yeah.
the witches and the vampires and all that stuff didn't scare me. The part that scared me was they showed the outside of the plane, and it was like it was bending, like boom, 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 on the outside of the plane.
Man, I don't.
And I was like, that's scary. I was scared. I was scared of things I shouldn't have been, and things I was supposed to be scared. I was probably the only kid that wasn't afraid of the slee stacks or the dinosaurs. I was afraid of that palm tree, that they showed. It's like
Afraid of the fashion. Oh no.
I remember the first time I actually jumped at something at the theater, seeing something was the first Halloween movie. I saw everything was okay. I didn't care. He's stabbing everybody, putting whatever. People having sex, and he stabs. But what freaked me out is when somebody opened a closet and a body jumped out.
Yeah.
The way it did it, I just jumped.
well, to me,
fellas,
that's not scary. That's just startling people. There's a
Damn it.
Yeah.
what's the matter?
I gotta go. Bye-bye.
Fine.
See how you.
Crap, but I was just going to step out too, because I got to.
Be safe.
I
All
mean, I
right,
wasn't going
talk
to
to you
leave,
guys
but
later.
I did have to step out for a minute.
Yeah, I gotta pee. I gotta go out too.
All right.
For heaven's damn sake.
Go
Okay,
pee.
Steve,
Later,
take
guys.
over the show.
Okay, I can do that.
No,
Bye,
go
Dad.
do what you gotta do, Tony, and then I'll go after you.
Oh.
What you do, Timmy, is just keep a little bottle where nobody can see down below your.
That's what
Yeah.
Putt does.
Does he really?
I do have a bottle, but if I use that, then I'd have to go all the way over there and turn the music thing off, or you'd hear it.
That's okay. Use it as a precious moment.
Gross. We got that one of Putt peeing.
I never knew that. How long ago was I here for that?
I think that's when you took your 3-year sabbatical.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay. That's okay. I feel great. I got a mic boom finally. I can do the morning show and not have to hold the mic. That's sweet. You need some bongos in there. I love hearing bongos. Oh, there you go. I can be
like that.
Yeah, I love bongos.
Lucy. I love Lucy and she doesn't love me. I love Lucy and I doesn't like me. We say, I love Lucy and I love her butt. If you look at the theme, you can see her butt. And that doesn't really rhyme because it's the same word as the last time. Oh, I love Lucy and she doesn't love me. I love Lucy and she likes to get muddy and in chocolate. She's into that stuff, which is just fine for me. Because I am too. And sometimes I tell her, why don't you get some whipped cream too, and we will have, I'll make you a dessert, literally.
They gotta fit some, at least if you've got some splaining to do or something.
Lucy, you got some splaining to do. The toilet's backed up and there's all sorts of stuff. And Ethel and Fred, they are upstairs. I think they're dead because I haven't heard from them in over 20 minutes now.
I'm surprised that Ethel didn't, kill Fred in the middle of the night. They hated each other.
In real life, Ethel hated Fred.
Yeah, William Frawley. They hated each other.
I don't think he hated her as much as she hated him because he was old and it made her feel like she shouldn't have been with someone that old because it made her feel seem more old.
She made a comment, it's like being married to my father or some crap like that.
Because they were offered like a spin-off show and Fred wanted to do it and she wouldn't.
Yeah.
I say Fred. I know it's easier to say than William.
William Frawley. Do you think that would have made it if the Mertzes had their own show?
I don't know because, I mean, if that was the 50s, that was a little different time. So I don't know, maybe people might have liked that novelty better. I mean, the Ropers, that didn't make it. Chachi
but they were
didn't
fun.
make it.
But, well, the Chachi wasn't funny to begin with.
Well, they were trying to sing and stuff, weren't they?
Oh.
No one wants to see Joni and Chachi sing it. No one wanted to see Potsy sing. So that's what they don't understand.
Yeah. But
that's when the show jumped the shark, really, is when Potsy started singing.
Yeah. But can you imagine most of the guys from Happy Days are in their 70s now?
I don't think Donnie Most has the red hair anymore. I don't think he has any hair, does he?
No, he's got like white silverish hair.
Oh. Well, why didn't he dye it red? That's what his whole shtick was.
I don't know. Maybe if they were doing another... to me, is Marion Ross is still alive.
Is she? Goodness.
Yeah.
I lost respect for them when they started campaigning, presidential campaigns and stuff.
Oh, they did that?
Yeah,
the
like
cast from Happy Days did?
The whole cast, I think, except for Chachi, of course. He swings a different way.
Oh, my.
Yeah, people shouldn't be doing that shit. And they're losers anyway. You know? Any update for the Tampa Con or anything?
Nothing. Well, I got something the other day. I just don't see anybody worth going to trouble to see there.
I hope to go at least one this year.
Yeah, they already had MegaCon, didn't they?
Yeah, that's where I was thinking, because they had the Happy Days people, and that wasn't enough to get me to go.
Yeah, we could have got to see Anson Williams, Potsy, and Say,
Oh,
what
it
are
would have
you
been cool
doing?
to see them, but not. You know, with me, it's not just the drive. There's a lot of stress with wearing those costumes. A lot of prep work and a lot of. It's a chore. I can't say it's a chore, but it's not easy.
Yeah. I found my hoodoo coat today.
When are you gonna finish that?
Hopefully soon.
Huh?
We gotta get a new sewing machine. Finish it. We have Landon. Let's see. Well, I'm only got. I see Lou Diamond Phillips. I'm looking at the ones we may know. He's the only one.
He's the only one, yeah, that I've probably heard of. Well, he was at the one that already happened, right?
No, this is coming up. This is Tampa Comic Con.
Well, that's not till August. I wouldn't expect people to reserve that far in advance anyway.
Well, this is middle of March. They would have had good guest
No,
lineup.
I'm talking about the one in August, the Tampa Con.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one in August. I'm saying they should have had because Pensacon is already for next year's already got a lineup.
Who's going to be? I don't want to go there. I don't like the way they do that shit.
Yeah. Pensacon.
I haven't heard of Land of the Lost people doing any of that. They don't want to do Pensacon every year because they're afraid they'll wear out their welcome.
Well, Land of the Lost group.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, nah, they wouldn't.
Well, in 4 weeks from now, hopefully we'll get Wesley back, right?
I'm hoping. I was thinking about that this afternoon.
I would give it about 4 weeks. It's the 18th. I think by April 18th he'll probably be home. You got to give him a couple days for that jet lag to.
Hey, Pensacon. I'm looking. They got Larry Wilcox and Eric Estrada.
Well, I've done met Eric Estrada. I don't really give a shit about
Paul
the other
Reiser.
guy.
Jason
John was my
Paxton.
favorite when I was a kid. Yeah. But, I gave him a request for a Facebook friend and he never accepted it. And he was one of those TDS people.
Yeah.
Where that's all he posted about was political shit. And I was like, I don't. Now Ponch is my favorite. At least Ponch was nice.
Yeah. Boy, Larry Wilcox got old.
Oh, Ponch now he's doing those. It's like a car extended warranty, but they cover like every repair or something like that. I hate to think what it costs, but you see him doing the commercials for those.
Yeah. Yeah, I just haven't heard too many worth really going to a convention lately.
Oh, I got my autograph wall kind of finished.
Uh-huh.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not.
Where we get a tour?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Let's see.
Nice. Oh my God, you got Jack Benny.
Oh, there's Marta. Oh, there's Barbara. Fred Broski. Fred Broski.
Oh, is that what that is?
Oh, you recognize Fred Broski?
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Kansas City, yeah.
So we got on the wall with the door is Bo Duke. Next to him is Dick Dale, Fred Broski, then Mama, Vicki Lawrence.
Vicki Lawrence.
Then let me see if I can bring.
Yeah, because Timmy doesn't really need to go to any more conventions. Because I mean, you've met Barbara Eden, you've met Janet from Three's Company. You've met just about anybody who's still alive. Yeah. So it's like no point anymore.
Yeah, that's a better.
Yeah.
Is that Beaver in the Cup there?
Yeah, Beaver in the Cup.
Oh, I thought that was the stern of a ship.
Beaver in the Cup.
That was in that billboard, that coffee
yeah.
cup. That's them, Cousin Oliver on the bottom. And,
you met Jerry Mathers?
Veruca Salt about the falling to the
You met Jerry Mathers?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, at Pensacon, he actually gave me that autograph picture and a picture for free, a selfie, because he wanted one with a robot.
nice. Well, I told you I
Really
met
cool.
him once.
Huh?
I met him once at the Plaza in Kansas City.
Mary, you
Man, I
saw
never met
Wally
him.
was with him.
Yeah, Wally and Tony Dow and Jerry Mathers were there together. I didn't bug him, but the young kid in our group did. I
Ah.
said hi to him as I walked out, but I said, no, let them, they're here for a meal, you know, don't bug them.
You did say hi to them?
Yeah, on the way out.
What did they do?
They just said hi back, you know.
Pretty cool.
Threw a chicken wing at him.
Yeah. Gee, Wally, that guy's awful weird looking. He gives me the creeps.
I gotta find the cable from the monitor.
Uh-oh. He was never seen again.
Well, that's the problem with using the laptop cameras. Unplug everything to be able to move the camera. I'll be right back.
I would like to meet Jerry Mathers, though. I bet you he'd be cool.
He is very shy.
Is he really? Wow.
Um,
I'll tell you one person that I am going to make a point to buy an autograph picture of next time I see him, which is if I can remember his name now.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I know.
That guy, yeah. Mark Singer.
oh yeah, he's nice.
From
Jerry said I was crazy the last time I saw him.
Oh, who was crazy? Mark?
He said I was crazy.
Oh, you were crazy. Well, you are.
Because I saw him in 3 different costumes. I was like, oh, I was the robot yesterday. He's like, oh yeah, and he said hi, and then the next day I think the gator or the elf, I can't remember. And I'm walking by. I was the gator yesterday and the robot the day before, and he's like, you're crazy. But that's about the most he'd say. He's very, very quiet.
You just love cosplay. Nothing crazy about that.
Well, it's like his handlers talked more than he did. He very quiet, but nice
really?
guy.
He does seem like, what's that?
Hey, if you have time tomorrow, we can get together for a cup of coffee and talk. You get texts like that out of the blue?
No. Who is that from?
It's from probably a scammer.
Oh, well.
Good, because if it's just out of the blue like that and it's a number that's not in your contacts.
Oh, wow.
Fortunately, my phone thing, the sender is not in your contact list, report junk. So you just touch the screen, delete, and report junk.
Mm-hmm. I do get a lot of Facebook friend requests from like these girls that look like they're in a sexy pose and everything. I'm like, oh, get out of here. I'm even getting just some guys that are trying to friend me, and I'm like looking at their profile. I'm like, I have no clue who you are. I will friend a lot of people on Facebook who are Star Trek fans.
Oh God, they're the worst.
Oh, I love them, and because even though I'm such a bullshitter, I am still fully planning on trying to do that Star Trek fan film. Come hell or high water, that is my goal. And I could use all the Star Trek fans I can get for GoFundMe or go fuck yourself. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
I didn't say that. Just for the record, I didn't say that.
Go fuck yourself.
No, that was my late friend Art talking. Speaking of COVID, who said that? Oh, go fund yourself. No, back when he was hosting shows, we had a little pendant. It was the six, the Star of David, the little 6-pointed star, and somebody called in to buy it, and they were trying to make an offer on it, and he says, "Oh, you're not trying to you're not trying to JEW." He didn't say. He just started to send the J sound, and that was it. I about fell over. I was in the control.
Look, the sun went down a little bit. I look a little better. Not as.
Yeah. Don't let your sun go down. Oh, no. That was.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, you're on the West Coast, Steve, of the state, so it should go down later
3 seconds.
than me.
But what gets me is the window right next to me is on the east, facing the east, right next to the east. So why the sun glares in here if it's supposed to be going down? Never mind. I don't know.
Maybe it's because it's morning where you are.
It's got to be
Morning in America.
It might
See,
be.
when I was sitting in my room, I put my desk right in front of the window.
Mm.
So, because I knew, for some reason, I knew I was going to do something like this. And so, I got the light coming in and I don't have any backlighting or any of that stuff. And
Yeah.
that's what I
Well, I got a window behind me too. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I was reading.
But
Go ahead.
Hang up blankets and stuff.
no, we got curtains we bought yesterday. We just gonna hang them up today, and they're one
Oh,
of those.
cool.
That,
Yeah, you put curtains, like over the blinds, and the
yeah,
two together should do a good
and
enough
it's gonna.
job.
Those are the what do they call those? They
Like,
block the sun out. What is that?
yeah, they got like rubber on the back of them.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But I've had them before, and they work wonders. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Next week, it shouldn't look like this. I'll
Cool.
still be ugly, but you know that. It's fucking funny, Fred.
Yeah.
So
I
on
just,
your week off, Steve, are you coming up with new material, like recording spots and things for your show?
I'm trying to. I did a new therapy lady last week.
Nice.
Are you uploading
Yeah.
our Lost Wrong Channel episodes?
Oh, look at the time. I haven't gotten that far yet. I just got me a mic boom, yeah, for Pete's sake.
Yay. And it's an S.
It's SHURE, sure.
Are
Sure,
you?
it's a mic boom.
Yay.
Sure, as a
Then I'm wondering why this thing isn't bending right, and I'm like, why is that wording upside down? Oh, I got it upside down. Fuck, jeez.
well, I hope Putt is doing okay, but he's the one that kept telling me I was wanting to see you without the cartoon and you using a webcam, and it's like, well, here we go, and guess who ain't here?
It's nice to see you.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Hey, I'm uglier than you are, so
Best
I'm gonna
looking
let
you do it in
hide
this whole thing.
Do what?
The best looking dude in this whole thing.
Yeah, right.
Well, thank you, but I'm a tune, Dig.
Not right now, you're not.
I gotta at least be a tune when we do the Transforma thing because that's my brand. But I gotta have a little bit of incognito with them.
You know, I think it'd be cool if one of the filters on here was turning you into a cartoon. Other than not talking about the characters. I'm like,
Well, it could be done. It's just you'd have to figure out how to put like a real one in there instead of that rat or whatever the hell it was.
oh yeah. But
all they have is rats, I think.
I was thinking, man, I shouldn't have taken the week off of the morning show. Kids
Why?
are driving me fucking crazy. Oh my god. Because I don't know. Since I've been back to the morning show now, I'm kind of happier for some reason.
Good, because
Well,
it's
yeah,
something you
you
love to
missed
do.
it.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Even though-
imagine not being able to do the Apology None stuff, whether it be
Yeah.
the films or the music. I
Yeah, but you know, we ran into some real crappy shit the last couple of years, and
Yeah.
for fuck's sake, I never thought we'd be half in a freaking motel. You know, jeez.
Well, you got through it.
I'm out here, but motels cost about 10 times as much as an apartment.
Actually, no, because this was a okay price. I mean, we didn't have to pay utilities, so actually, but this is a nice little 3-bedroom house. We're happy here. And got a nice fenced-in backyard for the dogs.
That's really
You're
good.
paying less in rent than I do for this fucking bedroom.
Yeah, you know,
But why
it's a
don't
nice
you rent
little
out a
house.
bedroom with Steve? Wouldn't that be funny? You and Steve together in the same window.
Yeah.
That would save us window
No,
space, and then we could get another guest in there.
Actually, I'd do that. I can kick out my wife's daughter.
She back again?
You've done that
Oh, she-
12 times. It never takes.
That was, you know, I'll have to tell you offline.
That's tell us off. Yeah, we do that.
So
Anyway.
I'm going to tell you off, yeah. But when going back to
Who's
something
getting
important,
one of these?
something I will tell you that is important, my goal is to also upload the rest of the Wrong Channel shows.
Oh, yeah?
Yay!
Because I want to hold Timmy to his word and see if he actually does the Wrong Channel show if I get them all up there.
If you get them all up there, I said I would.
Yeah, but now I got to...
In addition to this stuff or in lieu of?
Wait a minute.
What now?
In addition to what we're doing here or?
I don't know.
I
It
mean,
depends
we're
how this
gonna-
goes. I'm getting kind of disappointed with.
Yeah. I mean,
Last
so
week
much
we didn't
funny
get any
shit going.
Transforma people, and then it's like we don't have anybody now. I did talk to Laura, ask what's going on. She just said she can't do the new schedule that we got. It's too early. I guess she's got to work or something.
But didn't we record the wrong channel on Tuesday nights also? Or Tuesday?
I don't remember. It's been.
Oh,
I thought it was Monday. I don't remember. You know, it's been so long. We did that show for 10 years, and I don't even remember what day we did it.
I thought it was Tuesday because it was Tony's day off for the longest time.
I don't know, but do you remember a memory came up of us, and it was on your Steve Jarrett channel. It was us doing a test run with our Zoom. It might have been Skype visual then, but it was 2017 is when we started this shit.
The BabbleGab?
Yeah, it wasn't called BabbleGab yet, but we were testing it.
Uh-oh.
You know?
I remember. Yeah, that came up on my memories.
Yeah, I was using my Terry Summer cartoon avatar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, I think that was the first one I ever made. Well, shoot, when the film is done, in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna start making new cartoon avatars again.
Nice.
That'll be fun.
I've got
I've got a lot that I can do because of all the Transforma stuff I've done in the last couple of years.
I was so impressed with the way you rendered Virginia. It's exactly the way I envisioned her.
I did a little bit of work on her today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to shadow her neck a little bit.
Really?
The shadow of your
You should see the punch list I have every weekend when I watch this show. I probably have like 100 things I have to do during the week. Little things like that. Shadow somebody's neck or their hair, or one layer of the hair isn't aligning right. Just little bitty things, and I'll have like 100 of this I'll have to go through. And then each time I do it, I have to render. Because what I do is I've got all the little scenes.
Uh-huh.
And then all the little scenes say, let me pick out one. Training. So the training, we got the bowling scene, we got the bridge scene, we got the bank where he's climbing the pole, we got the rocket and the merry-go-round, we got all those little scenes. And then I put those, when I render each of those little scenes, and then I put them in a bigger scene, which I call a letter. So the training is called F. So I have, if I do like one thing, Virginia, let's just say, I have to shadow her neck. So I have to render that out. That means I've got to, see, she's in C. So I've got to take the big file with C, and I got to render that one too.
Wow.
Because of that one little thing. And it just takes forever.
It is amazing what you produce, though.
Oh, thanks.
It's incredible.
And Tony said it.
I wish I could pay you to do a whole, like a 5-minute Virginia and Therapy Lady animation.
Boy, I tell you, a 5-minute is a long animation.
Yeah.
That's 5 minutes is long for any kind of skit, Steve.
Is it really? That's about the length.
Well, imagine an SNL skit that was 5 minutes, people would be leaving, even if it was funny.
Well, come to think of it, my Therapy Lady routines are only like 1:15, the majority.
I think that's fine. 1:15. 5 minutes is a long time.
Yeah,
I don't think I've got an animation short that's 5 minutes long.
Well, now that's all it takes me to do. A Therapy Lady thing is 1:15, 1:20.
I'd really like to. Well, you never know, Steve. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't do a 5 minute for anybody.
Hell yeah!
My Europe trip was paid for by Mark Regula's music video, and that was just a 2.5 minute song.
Really?
Yeah, that cost him $3 or $4 grand. I can't remember what I charged him for that.
Wow. Well, it was a good paying gig then. I bet Mark was proud.
Oh, he loved it. But what was neat is it worked for me because he allowed the Apology Nun characters to do the video, to be in the video. And that made it fun for me. I miss him too. But I think back then that was 10 years ago. But my fee back then was $400 for every 30 seconds of animation.
Wow.
It was tedious. I didn't like doing commissions. They just took forever. And you guys, I don't think you ever got to see the ITP video I made.
I think I did.
Did
I
you?
remember
Because he
seeing
never
it.
posted it, did he?
I don't know. I remember getting a link to it and seeing it.
Oh, wait a second. The one.
I'm
with,
sorry, I
the
didn't mean
portal?
ITP. I meant Fragile X.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
Fragile
not
X,
Fragile
yeah.
Legs.
They
No.
paid a lot of money for theirs, and they I don't think they ever put it up.
Because didn't you do some for Vinny too?
I did 3 of them
Did
for
you?
Vinny. Okay, we got someone in
thought so.
chat that I can't see that far.
Hey, Wendy.
Oh, hi, Wendy.
Wendy Blue.
I don't see anybody in the chat. Last thing I saw was Nibs.
Make sure that you've got live chat and not top chat selected. But I didn't select live chat. How you been, Wendy? Good to see you here. We've been. I don't think we've had anybody
there's
today.
you.
Except you missed. If you'd have been here earlier, you'd have seen our friend Nebula Pig, Derek Albright, who's one of our co-conspirators. So he's been joining our show the first half. Then he has to go to work. But he's a riot. He's funny.
It's good to see him, even just for the little bit he can be here. You know.
And he's young. You know, it's nice to have young blood here. I mean,
Well,
he's
you're
like
not.
he's like 50, but to us that's young. You know.
Yeah.
What are you, like 50 also? 49, 50?
No,
Well,
in June I'll be
math.
55.
He was born in the year 1970, which is a wonderful year.
You're going to be 55?
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord, and you still got your hair?
Don't jinx me.
I mean, I lost this when I was like 40.
Just staying busy.
But
we're doing
that's
fine,
okay.
Wendy. Just I'm trying to finish that film. It's killing me.
Hi, Wendy.
And now that I'm close to getting it done, I mean, I think it'll be finished in about 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Probably 3 weeks. But now that I'm that close to the deadline, it's just all I can do now is work on that thing.
Yeah.
Plus, printing pictures and stuff is fun. I made a picture collage and stuff that I got to have fun with. Even that's a hassle. I hate doing everything. You know, when I get that film done, I want to start on making music videos for Apology Not.
There you go. Because when you finish this film, you're going to be bored to death. Because you busted your ass for so long to get it done.
Oh, believe me, I won't be bored because there's so many things I've put off.
And now you can mow your yard.
It's all dirt right now.
Oh.
He was supposed to come today with his tractor to finally finish this shit, and he isn't here.
Yeah, well. Does it sound like I'm too close to the microphone?
Sound okay to me.
Really? Okay.
Oh, dear. Reverb.
Steve, what was the #1 song when I was born?
June 21st, 1970. Well, that's an easy one to look up. And it'll take me 15.9 seconds to find it.
Yeah, we're gonna do a YouTube watch party for the film, and also we're gonna do a public premiere at AMP, at the theater, and on the island. So we're gonna do that.
You say 71 or 70? 70.
And Barb's gonna do a showing too at her house. Barb Kent.
Oh wow! Are you ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
#1 song the week you were born. The Long and Winding Road, the Beatles.
He already knew that.
That's a story of my life, Steve. I'm just glad it wasn't those Osmonds.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
one of them, I think a few of them got into movies because Haley Joel Osment was in that movie with the dead guy who's I see bald people.
If you were born a week later, it would have been The Love You Saved by the Jackson 5.
Ugh. Can't stand them.
I don't know. I started liking that song recently. I want you back. I want you back.
I can't stand any of them.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna
it's-
show. I hope you go to at least one of the physical showings, Wendy. I'm always scared at the theater that the bulb's gonna go out on the projector or something, and we've got all these people there. Because I don't think he keeps a spare. And it always scares me.
Oh, by the way, Vicky got a new car this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not a new car. It's a 2012, but it looks in great shape. It's a 2012 Chevy Equinox. She
Isn't
had
that what you
before.
just had?
She had a 2015 Equinox, but tax returns kind of helped her get it. And it looks in great shape. You know, it's a 2012. It's only got 86,000 miles on it.
It's good.
So she is just living. She is beside herself.
So there's two of her?
Huh?
There's two of her?
Yeah.
Is
she's
she a
beside
witch?
Uh-huh. I am sitting here beside myself. Here, my
That would be a funny gag, a visual gag.
Oh, yeah. You should do that on one of your animations. I am sitting here beside myself. And there's two Terry Summers in them.
Yeah. Except without the Indian accent.
Yeah, I don't
Get
know when
nothing
it is.
real
Wendy.
life.
And
I can just
if you can't make it, then I'll do one here. We'll get a pizza or something. But I'll be able to show it to you. I'm going to invite a lot of people to the YouTube showing, so we got to hopefully do a test run of that, make sure it's going to work. That would suck.
The
all of a sudden.
YouTube on Zoom here?
No, just a YouTube. We'll probably have a chat, hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well,
I
it'd be
think
cool to be able to.
it's a matter of scheduling a premiere, I guess.
It'd be really fun to do like a MST3K. You know, I gotta find out how that Samuel Cockings does that.
Yeah, we
with
got to
his,
do some of those
record.
too, like the director MST 3000 for some of the Apology None shows. But this premiere, I would like to have a chat. Is that possible to have a chat bar for a premiere?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You can even schedule it and have it upcoming, and then people will get notification. Oh, there's a live event upcoming.
Oh, I suppose all they have to do is just comment on it, right? And the comments
Yeah,
will show
yeah.
up. Okay, so it doesn't have to be like a. Just never done it before. I was curious and had. I can't. You know, the monitor is across the room, so I'm having trouble reading.
I was curious and had to look up the #1 song from my birthday. I Honestly Love You by Olivia Newton-John.
Okay. At least it's not the Jacksons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
then-
doing it. I'm kind of looking forward for it to be over with so I can do other things.
Yeah.
4 years is way too long for a project because I'm looking at scenes or I'm having to revisit and work on scenes that I did earlier, and it's like childhood memories. It is. I mean, it really is. Like when Barry's trying to show the comb and his little armature head pops across over Virginia. It's just like seems like I did that when I was a kid. It's just like
Oh, hell.
yeah. I can't remember what she said when that happened.
Yeah, I forget.
A
My
hole
favorite
in one. That's what
still
she
is
said. A hole in one.
A hole in one. Sounds better when I send Virginia's voice. Do I pitch it up a little bit, or do you?
I don't.
Because that's her voice is just pitched up a little bit.
So the #1 song when I was the specific #1 song when I was born was "Pony Time" by Chubby Checker.
Wow.
But the #1 song for the year was "Runaway" by Del Shannon. So I've adopted "Runaway" as my.
I'm sure the #1 song, and I don't even want to know the #1 song of the year because it had to have either been the Jacksons or that stupid Mungo Jerry one. It had to be one I hate. Yeah, I've been working a lot on it, Wendy. I just want it to be done now. I love it, but it's becoming more of a, I don't want to say chore because it's not, but I'm ready for it to do something else. Especially now that spring's here, the weather's getting nice, and I really want to work on the house. It's spiffed up. If Darren actually keeps his word and moves out here, nice to kind of get this place, looking all right.
But would you like to know the #1 song the year you were born?
Was I right with my?
Nope.
No. Okay. What was it?
Bridge Over Troubled Water, Simon and Garfunkel, #1 for the year.
Well, it's better. It's not my favorite, but it's better than the Jacksons, Uncle Jerry, I guess.
All right, for the record, still here talking, but Vicky brought me my dinner. That I didn't want to eat and be rude on.
Well, if you turn off the musician thing, we might not hear you slurp and stuff, and you might be able to still participate.
Yeah.
All right, the musician thing is off.
Yay.
When Tony walked away, I was doing my Ricky Ricardo.
That was hilarious. Yeah, you have to look back on that one, Tony, and hear them.
We were talking about the Phil Collins and Genesis and how that doesn't register with me. And I was looking at I remember hearing a song from Genesis on classic rock, the Peter Gabriel early Genesis, and it was The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. And I was like, I kind of, at the time, I thought the song was weird, but I kind of liked it in a little bit. And I looked it up to see what it was about. It was a concept album about a Puerto Rican guy that moves to New York. I'm like, what? A prog band comes out with a concept album about a Puerto Rican moving to New York? What the hell, man? What? Why not make it about a chiropractor? What the concept? I'm used to like Rush and ELP and concept albums about space and dragons and stuff. I've got a, what is it?
Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I was thinking about going to Fanboy Expo September, but not sure yet.
We were talking about that earlier. What so far, I think. Well, Steve, I don't think he looked at that one yet. He was looking at TampaCon, and he said Lou Diamond Phillips is like the only person we even recognize, which isn't really enough to. I really want to go to one of them, and I guess it doesn't have to be celebrities. I mean, that draw us there as long as we go there and have fun, right?
Think of it. I rarely go up to any of the celebrities.
Yeah, even the one you love the most, Lou Ferrigno, you wouldn't go up to him and talk.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't have to have celebs there. We have fun there anyway, especially if we can rendezvous with Steve at one of them. That would be cool.
Yeah, it's funny about Lou Diamond Phillips. I mean, he was he was the star of La Bamba and all that stuff. And the last time I ever saw him, he played like a fire chief on the Hawaii Five-0 reboot. It was a fairly minor character. It's like you're doing just like a walk-on in a TV show, and he used to be.
Wasn't he also in Young Guns?
I have no idea.
Weird Al's going to be at Fanboy Expo. That might be worth meeting Weird Al.
Yeah, I'm not that.
I'm not a big fan. I do like the Hardware Store song.
Yeah.
But Steve actually played a parody of the Hardware Store song.
Oh yeah.
Now
parody,
the Hardware
putting a hat on a hat, since it was
it's not really a parody because I think he said it's not a parody of any specific song, but it's done in the style of Oingo Boingo.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called, actually.
Oh, the condom stores. I mean, knowing Steve, that's what it was.
That's the thing about Weird Al is his parody songs generally aren't dirty. They usually about food or something.
Yeah.
Well, that's why somebody did a parody of the Backstreet Boys and called it one Backstreet Boy is gay, and everybody was thinking that was Weird Al, but he never does sexual
Yeah, he
parody.
wouldn't have done that.
So I don't even know who
I think
did that.
Bob Rivers probably hit on that a little bit more for the gross
Might have
stuff.
been. Yeah, because Bob Rivers did bisexual. Bisexual. He did. I never heard that one.
Yeah.
I might have. I don't know.
I'm not gonna play it. I'm just saying.
I'm wondering if this beard thing is going to work out.
Looks better than what I got.
Why don't you get like a fake beard, like a theater beard, and glue it on with the spirit gum?
Well, the problem is because I'm using the browser version of Zoom rather than the app, I don't have access to those filters.
And Wendy had a crush on Lou Diamond Phillips and Young Guns. I never did see Young Guns. I did see La Bamba, and I had a crush on him in La Bamba, but I never saw the others. I thought Steve would have been listening. That was
right here. You had a crush on Lou Diamond Phillips.
It was supposed to be a joke.
When
nobody laughs, then it's like, well, I've got to make sure I say that was a joke.
I want this.
No, isn't Lou Diamond Phillips like Indian?
I was
Yeah, he's
wondering
one of
about
those. He's
that.
like a little bit of everything.
Because he's playing the Hispanic in that one.
Because he didn't like anything like Richie Valens.
No, nothing like Richie Valens. Nothing at all like him.
Because Richie was actually teased in school about, they called him the old man because for some reason, even at age 16, 17, he looked like he was 40.
I thought he looked a little bit, if I'm just going to grab someone out of the face out of the crowd, I would say he almost looked like Kyle Rittenhouse. A little bit. I mean, he had kind of a fat face a little bit.
Yeah,
but you've seen pictures of him. He doesn't look anything like Lou Diamond Phillips. That was an odd choice. Same with one of my favorite movies is Love and Mercy, and the one that played the older Brian Wilson was what the heck, Rat Pack, John Cusack, and he looked nothing like Brian Wilson.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was a dumb choice. It was a great movie. Love the movie. It's probably one of the only dramas I like.
Well, they had John Cusack up as one of the finals to play Marty McFly in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Which would have sucked.
Well, it's funny with Michael J. Fox. He's born the same year as me. So in 1985, he would have been 24, playing a high school kid. Of course, he's short because a lot of child stars, they just end up being short.
He got away with it, though.
Kids, well into their 40s. What you talking about, Willis? That guy,
Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman, because he had a kidney issue, and that's why he.
You don't suppose that his parents had him on puberty blockers, do you? And that they just said it was his kidney medicine that did it.
Keep him young looking and rake in the money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was Gary Coleman's whole shtick, was that Arnold.
Yeah.
Then he got his start, I think, in a Burger King commercial.
Yeah.
And then Webster, Emmanuel Lewis, got his start in a Burger King commercial. And he's another one that was like looked like he was 5 years old when he was 40.
Yeah.
But the difference is that Webster, he couldn't act worth a crap.
No,
even like TV Guide, they were kind of rating performances, and they gave him like a C.
Yeah.
You know who else was a bad actress? Was Justine Bateman.
Oh, yeah.
You notice in Family Ties, she couldn't say a line without smiling?
Yeah.
Didn't you notice that? She's like, it's just like, good grief. The community theater, my theater, and people act better than that.
Well, I forget who it was. There was one guy who was in like a cop movie or something like that. And the director had to pull him aside because every time he was shooting his gun, he'd go, pow, pow.
I think it's kind of funny. Like the Kojak with
Director
the
said,
lollipop.
we got that sound in later. Or you'd even see it in movies. You know, they would be like they'd be shooting a gun and they would go going like this, pow, you know, like they're going to hurry the bullet along.
Is that any different than Hunter? You know, Fred Dryer when he's trying to catch the guy in his car and he's, yeah, you're going to make the car go fast, a little bit faster. I thought it was funny that he did it.
Like,
It actually makes it kind of real because it's.
Yeah.
I think I would have done the same thing. You know, you're just. It's people. There used to be this thing that people would put on Facebook. It's like they act like people are stupid. Did you ever see someone turn down the radio to look for an address? Like, yeah, it's called concentrating.
Yeah.
It's called you want to think about something and you don't want that damn Phil Collins song going at 40 decibels in your ear. With that trumpet, that fake trumpet and the, I don't know if they were fake trumpets, but it just seemed like he was, you know, you take a you would like to we're gonna give a tour of Phil Collins' studio. Hi Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Collins. Would you like to see my studio?
I'd like to see your studio. So we got, okay, well, this button here is makes a trumpet sound. Beep, 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 beep. and this button here is where it's my voice sampled. So it's like so doo doo. That's every Phil Collins song. I'm sorry, just is. Let me hear you do one, Phil.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
That was pretty good. You inspired me, Phil. Do you want to hear my I made a song for you. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Never sing when you're high. That was that was my tribute to Phil. I mean to Phil. What was his name? Phil Collins. What was your name? Phil Collins. Am I talking to Phil Collins or Genesis right now? I mean, honestly, Steve, you're all about the 80s music. Could you tell a difference between a Phil Collins song and a Genesis song without knowing ahead of time?
In fact, sometimes I gotta look. Is that Phil Collins or that Genesis?
You could name any one, Paper Plate, or Gotta Be Some Misunderstanding, or Sussudio, or the Mama.
Oh, that Mama, that one I can't stand.
Any one of those I mentioned, I couldn't tell you in the air. I couldn't tell you if it was Phil Collins or Genesis because there wasn't a difference.
Or that one song, it's such a great song, a great sound. I mean, I know Timmy hates it, but still, the one, and I forget. I think it was Another Night in Paradise. It's all about this old homeless lady, but you know, so the words, you listen to the words, it's just this depressing garbage. But you know, the song itself sounds great. I love the arrangement, the orchestra.
I mean, oh, think twice, just another day of you and me in paradise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I liked better was David Lee Roth's. This must be just like living in paradise. Yeah. And I don't want to go home. I actually kind of like that song.
Or his other song, Animal, which I found out years later was actually called Panama.
Oh, Panama. Yeah. That was actually Van Halen.
Animal.
I was out there saying, grab your ma.
You didn't think that.
No, I did. It's just, I put that in there. Get that out, Steve. But the all-time Phil Collins song, if I gotta like any of them, is a beautiful song called "Separate Lives."
Oh, is that duet?
Uh-huh.
You believe that was the worst? To me, that was the worst song I had ever heard. Every time when that would start, it just started. I found you. It would start with him singing, and I would turn the radio off every time.
Yeah, I loved it.
Well, I'm glad you loved it, Steve.
Probably because I was breaking up with my first wife at the time.
Did he
But I
do
don't know.
Against All Odds?
I love that one. The movie.
Yeah, from a movie. Yeah.
Is that the one? It's turn around and watch you eat. Is that one?
Turn around. Against all odds. Yeah.
And John Lennon had a similar song. Nobody told you you could eat like me. What was it? That was a song that he made after he floofied.
Nobody told me there'd be
Zombie
gays
music.
like that.
That you could eat like me. Yeah. The worst one was that her lip goes up where we belong.
I get the feeling you hate 80s music.
Most of
You
it.
think?
There's a few songs that are okay, and usually those songs are the ones that just aren't played.
What'd you think about Queen's crazy little thing called Love?
Don't like it.
Oh, another one bites the dust.
I don't like it.
Did you like any Michael Jackson Thriller song?
No, I don't like any. Don't Rock With You is the only Michael Jackson song I like. And I think the only Queen song, there were a couple. I love Innuendo. That was the last album that they made before Freddie Floofy. But before that, I think the only songs I liked were You're My Best Friend was okay. There was another one that was kind of good. What was it?
Killer Queen?
No. It was a prettier song. It was more poppy. Oh, gosh.
Don't Stop Me Now.
Ring a bell.
Oh, or Play the Game. That was kind of popular. Play the game. Everybody.
No. Now I'm going to go nuts.
Join the club.
It was in the same style as the Ooh, You Make Me Live. It was just kind of a slower, smoother pop song, but it wasn't that, but it was the same kind of a vibe. Shit.
Now it's going to get me thinking.
Yeah. Now, I still want to, this is unrelated, but whoever decided that to make in every font on every computer in every galaxy, the lowercase L and the capital I are the exact same thing.
Oh, yeah.
So when I read Wendy's comment, to me, I look at it and it says weird AI.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, with my CD, the ones that were printed for the Hideaway album, it said all songs by Tim Ross, and I left an L out accidentally, and it was Big John of Trebleclef that brought that up. You misspelled it, and he says, and then they started teasing me. Oh, it's AI. All songs, all AI. I'm like, oh fuck! I just wasted $500 because of that. Of all typos, it could have been any typo. It could have been Tina Ross would have been better than AI because that's Satan.
Oh yeah.
Have you found the song yet? The Queen song?
No, I'm trying to think.
He's eating too.
I know.
But we have there's a gemstone called an iolite. And so it's a capital I, little O, little L. So it looks like lawlite.
Let me look up Queen.
I'm going to go nuts. What was?
Don't Stop Me Now. Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Calling All Girls. Somebody to Love.
Yep, that's it. Somebody.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Somebody. Yeah, that's the one that's kind of pretty. I like that one, but not enough to buy it. But it's one that doesn't rub me the wrong way. I mean, I don't like those chanting on the school bus songs. You know, the we will.
We Will Rock You.
Oh, there was an issue with there was like a exercise group that would meet together at like an upper floor of a building, and they had to get them to stop using We'll Rock You because it was like the stop, and they were afraid they were going to go through the floor.
Oh wow, it's like Slade concerts. Everybody stomped at the Slade concerts, and all the audience started clapping. We'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, no, but I like 90% of Queen's music.
Well,
And
Crazy Little Thing Called Love, for those of us who lived through the disco era and hated it, the week that Crazy Little Thing Called Love made it to the top of the America's Top 40,
Mhm.
it just signaled to us it was finally the end of the disco era.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, I don't mind some disco songs and all, but back then you could not get away from it. Everything was disco. Even the James Bond movie, the James Bond theme had disco in it.
Oh, speaking of disco, the one you hate, I was listening to Freshville Sunday Live Sunday. Did you catch that show?
Yeah.
He played Stars on 45 like it was re-recorded and did like more.
Yeah, the original bootleg thing.
Was that the original bootleg?
Yeah, it was the one that had the actual music, so they couldn't use it. But it wasn't called Stars on 45. It was called some other damn thing.
Oh. It sounded like the singers themselves.
It used the actual clips of the real music, which was a big bozo no-no.
Yeah, well, that's probably why they
better.
Oh, there you go. Now you're
You like that?
Deep space.
What is that?
It really works well with the spider whip. That's like all over my TV screen that I just now noticed.
What happened to? Why is it dark in your room there, Terry?
Why do you think
I turned off the light.
That's probably what happened.
Anything to
Generally, when it's dark, that means somebody turned off the light.
Sounds like the beginning of Y50.
Yeah.
Oh, with the like that. I don't have a Moss right, so I can't do it.
Ah, you're a Moss wrong.
Of course, I heard they actually played a Fender with it.
I don't know.
Maybe even they
I will
didn't
be right
like the
back.
Moss rights. Vinny said he played one once. He didn't like it.
Right back.
Okay, I'll turn my thing back on.
Turn your thing on. But yeah, what's funny is the Y50 theme you heard on the radio. It's always credited to the Ventures. It's actually not the one by the Ventures. It was the one done by Morton Stevens, who was the music director for that for the Y50 TV show, because it had all kinds of brass and stuff in it.
Did they even play on it?
I don't even know. I don't know why it's credited to, because the Ventures. I always wondered about the Ventures. Did they just realize early on they couldn't sing?
Yeah, like maybe you just
Because everything's an instrumental. And they had microphones.
Don't run, only walk, don't run. They're like, hey, you just play. Give me the music first, and then we'll do the vocals later, okay? All right. Oh, I don't think they like us.
Because they'd had mics on. I'd seen them on stage, and they had. Of course, they'd go up and announce and say, "Hi, everybody, thank you for coming," and then they wouldn't sing.
You know what would have been cool to be in a band like the Ventures, because you get up on stage and you get paid some good money and you just play, and then nobody mobs you afterwards.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of a take on them, that they were kind of nerdy and didn't have the mojo. I'm sorry. I'm just jealous.
Well, like,
I'm just
it's
jealous.
like,
I would have loved to have gone out and toured the world and
Oh, of course.
played Hawaii 5-0 and all that stuff. That would have been fun.
Yeah. Well, and Steve took this moment to walk off, but I really want to have to say goodbye. So maybe you can do like a drum solo until Steve comes back.
Okay.
Ooh.
Everybody will leave.
All right, let's see. Thanks for showing up, Wendy. And I gotta send a little note to Neb and just say we really do appreciate you coming.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hear you say at the end of this show, "Oh, we didn't have any precious moments," because we had a bunch of them.
It was a good show. It was better than last week. Was just depressing.
Oh, so much better. So much better. So let me
Well, if
do
you
the
leave,
thing.
I guess I can practice the drums for a minute.
Yeah, there we
Tell
go.
Steve, when's he
So,
supposed to come back?
He just said the minute, but it's a Steve minute.
Okay, when Steve pops his head in, you all might want to turn your volumes down. Well, take care, Tony. Have fun.
All right, sign and leave. All right, have a good day. We'll see you, and thank you very much.
You too. Let me. Sorry about that. I don't know what else to do. Everybody's gone. I can't see. That should cut out the window in his shed. It's all AC. Let Clay have the AC but didn't have a window. They just brought it. Oh, okay. Windows are good. Would you just have it covered up with something? I mean, never mind. Ugh. Where are you, Steve Barini? Still got like a half hour left. Yeah, I've got a window behind here. I've got it covered with foam. Deep. This is crazy. What else? I guess let me talk about something. I don't know what I'm talking about. Shit. Yeah, so I'm looking to get the film done. Hopefully, I'm kind of working on the climax now. I know I'd mentioned earlier, I've got so many items every week when I watch it. I have a punch list of like probably 100 items on average that I've got to work. Things I didn't notice the last time that I've got to, just little things that probably no one else would notice. I go through those, and so it takes like a lot of time to go through the punch list and work on the new scenes at the same time. Oh, there's Steve.
We lost Tony.
Yeah, he went to work.
Oh well.
You left me by myself.
I know.
I was practicing the drums a little bit.
Oh, did you write a new song?
Not really. I'm just trying to get to know it. I'm only really starting. I mean, I did all the drums on Hideaway, but now I'm just actually trying to learn. So when I start doing it, that's another thing. When this film's done, I'm going to start the next album.
Nice.
And I really want my drums to be more consistent in it. I would like to learn more. And I'm actually I didn't used to have fun with these, and I'm actually starting to have fun with them and enjoy it. Where it's like when I pass it in the hallway, I'll come in and play with them a little bit. Before it was like it was kind of a chore, and I didn't want to do it how I like it.
Well, you played drums on Hideaway, didn't you?
Yeah, I did the whole album.
That's what I thought, yeah. Who'd you used to get drums before?
It was always different. Let's see. The first couple albums, it was mostly Gary from Treble Clef and a guy named Joey in Alabama. He looked like Peter Brady, and he was an ace. He could play any instrument, just virtuoso. But his drumming was just spectacular, and he probably did at least half the albums on the first couple. He's the one where I was kidding around because I thought it was a drum machine. I said, "Can you do the drums from the beginning of Hot for Teacher from Van Halen, the drum machine part?" He's like, "What do you mean drum machine?" And he just starts. He's just doing it. He's just smiling. He's not even looking at them. The guy was crazy.
Who did the drums on Love Song?
That was me. I did a session, and Gary did a session for me where it was just basically that kind of thing. And then I would take all that and I would just make it like a puzzle. And that's how the first two albums were done.
Oh.
Except for Swing and Pad, I actually played the drums on Swing and Pad. Gary wasn't there, and I hooked up the mics and went to his kit, and I did Swing and Pad. But most of it was just copy and pasting stuff and like a puzzle. What was that other Sky Blue? Sean Mac Page did the drums on Sky Blue. Did all the drums.
Okay. Did they get credit on the album?
Yeah. But that's one of the reasons I wanted to start doing drums myself, because it's like, he's great, but he's a metal drummer. And it really did help get us a heavier sound for Sky Blue, but in hindsight, I'm like, it was a little too heavy for Apology None. It's not really the vibe that I want. And
I don't know if this is a recent question. Wendy says, have you talked to Gary lately? How is he?
he's good. The last time I talked to him, they were preparing Rod's house to get painted. Rod's got to carry oxygen with him. He was our sound guy and a good friend of everybody's. Smoking, you know. He was smoking, and then he got the coof really bad and ended up in the hospital. And ever since that, he's had to have an oxygen tank. And but yeah, Gary seems to be doing okay. They still jam. They're called the Fakers now instead of Treble Clef.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just they still do their thing. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Gary will probably, hopefully, they will come out to the Playhouse showing of the film. They did the last time, so I'm hoping they'll come out again.
Was he there when we did Saturdalia there at the theater?
No, but they did come out for the last page of summer.
Okay.
I can't remember what was going on with Saturdalia. We had a dismal showing. I'm glad
I was there
because you were like half the audience.
Me and Vicky was there. I remember that's when I first met Josh.
You and Vicky and Gracie and Josh, and I think her dad was there.
Okay,
and because she was like, you know, my dad saw me do this with my boobs when she was what was it, Dinah Girl or Lecture Woman?
Yeah, but that was a cartoon. It's not like she was actually doing it.
I'm hoping she was kidding, but that's when she hated me and broke up.
No,
it's like you were there right when everything was hitting the fan. Yeah, it wasn't. We didn't have a good attendance, and it's like some old lady was there, and I don't think she knew what the hell was going on, and there was a bad vibe there, and
well, you had to be familiar with what Saturday morning shows were like in the 70s.
Well, the thing is I had a Apology None Film Festival the year before, where we showed everything, all the way up to Star Trip, and then I showed a preview and a scene for Saturdalia because I was working on it, and everybody loved it. And you know, people out in the lobby when it was over, it was just loud, and there was a lot of people there, and they were just loved it. And so I mean, people do like the stuff, but it was just total different the next time. You know, when Saturdalia, it's like everyone was just kind of quiet and left. There wasn't any, you know, wanting to ask questions about it, or it was just kind of, that was it. But then the last page of summer, it played. It was fun again. People were really, and that was outdoors because of the coof. They had it outdoors.
Yeah.
But it had a good attendance, and people really liked it. They loved it, and people hung out afterwards and had a good time. So I'm hoping to at least get that kind of thing going again. I'm always afraid that Greg's projector, that the bulb will go out or something, and that he won't have a spare. Wouldn't that suck? That'd be terrible.
Oh yeah. Maybe find out what kind of bulb it takes to have one ready.
I almost want to do it, but I don't want to insult him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well.
You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
don't say nothing and say, "Oh, it's burned down. I got one in my car." Just a second.
We'll see. I would need to know what the projector is. And
yeah, that's true.
I mean, I can. Hey, is there anything I can do to help? Can I get you a spare bulb for your projector? You know, that way.
Yeah, you do that.
I use your projector so much.
Yeah,
that might be a way to say it.
Yeah. No, not like. What if I get a bulb in case you fuck up? You don't want to say that.
I don't know. It could be the projector could just go bad. I don't know. I wish they'd have a spare. I mean, the only other thing I could think is just to take my TV just in case. It's only like 55-inch. But that would be at least something.
Yeah.
It's just like one of my worst fears is that all these people. I kind of want to invite Mark Lindsay.
Who's that?
Cherokee people, you know, Polar Bear and the Raiders, the lead singer.
Oh, you know him?
I don't know him, but I believe he lives around me somewhere.
Oh,
and
okay.
I invited him to be in Last Page of Summer, and he never responded. And he's not a good Facebook friend. He's never liked any post of mine, and when I've commented on his stuff, he's never replied to any comment or any. So, but I know he lives around here. It wouldn't hurt to just invite him.
Yeah, but you're still not getting much out of Marta Kristen, who said she'd do our show too. Marta Kristen.
I need to. I've been planning to when the invite her. I mean, when the film's done, I want to text her again and tell her the film is done and thank her again, because she kind of quit talking to me. Just like Annie Haslam kind of just quit talking to me. I don't know what the deal is. And it's not like I showed them mud pictures or anything.
Maybe they found your DeviantArt.
Do what?
Maybe they found your DeviantArt.
Yeah, but I don't think it's not like I would have.
It's not like you posted on
Facebook. Even if they did
Facebook.
find the DeviantArt, they wouldn't. I can't imagine that would be a reason for them not to talk to me. I don't know what the deal is. I think you had mentioned maybe Annie Haslam had a bad experience with somebody, a podcast or something.
Yeah.
And so
But some podcasters can be real dicks.
Yeah, but she, because she was so excited. She said, "Oh, you've got me for anything. I would just love to." She was so excited, and then she says, "I'll even do an interview for you, whatever you'd like me to do." And she was so excited, and then it just went to nothing. And these people, they're in their 70s. You never know what the hell's going on with their mind, you know?
Well, I still hope Wesley will be able to join us.
I think he will, but like I said, you gotta, if when you give him a date, remind him the day before. He's like got to be pushing 80, so it's like if you tell him the day of, he's already got plans for something because he forgot.
Yeah, he's a busy guy.
Well, he's all yucking it up in Europe now.
Yeah, he was talking about he was going on a few cruises.
Yeah, like a 7-day cruise. I want to go on a European river cruise someday. And I really wanted to go on like a Moody Blues cruise and get to actually meet the band and stuff, and Alan Parsons and all the other people that are on those kind of cruises. But they were wanting the jab.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going to do that.
It says Wesley is 73.
No, he's not pushing 80 then.
No, he'll be 74 in August. August 17th.
How long has it been? It's been, let's see, 12 years since we first had him on our show.
Yeah.
Believe it?
Can't believe it's been that long, you know.
Oh, she wants to go to Scotland and Ireland next year.
Oh, that'd be fun. Scotland. I love my uncle took my grandparents to Scotland just a few years before they passed away, so because we're Scottish and they always wanted to see Scotland.
Cool. Flew over Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
But well, you remember Ali Gourlay?
I've heard him. Yeah.
Yeah. He ended up playing the tree in Saturdalia, and he was terminally ill when he did the tree.
Oh, gee.
But he really wanted me to go to Edinburgh, Scotland, and be on his radio show in the studio with him as Terry Summer, and he wanted Gracie to be Tracy Trell.
Yeah.
And I wanted to so bad, and I was saving up for it, and then Gracie went and stole my money. He found out where it was. It just kind of a bitter, and then of course he passed away. So it was just like I really, I wish I could have gone there and did that.
Yeah.
by the time I actually did go to UK, it was just England, and those were the nastiest people. Wasn't pleasant at all.
Nah.
Good.
What are you doing in here? They can't even see you, Joe.
You're out the way.
Get out of the way.
Uh-huh.
Who's that?
Tiny.
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 Tiny. That's
Move this thing closer. Maybe
that's
part of the
Timmy.
problem.
Oh,
Hey.
he get up.
Here you go. Say hi, Timmy.
Hi, Timmy.
Hello. What's your name?
I can't see Timmy.
What's your name?
I just.
Joseph.
Uh-huh.
You want to be a star, BabbleGab? Yeah.
I want to be Gabba Gabba.
I want to be GabbleGab. He wants to be GabbleGab.
Huh?
Hmm?
I can read it a little better now.
Hi.
He's he can't even see himself. The microphone's obstructing him, making him invisible. Okay, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Say goodbye, Timmy.
Goodbye, Timmy.
Bye.
What a kid.
She likes to go to, Wendy does the tour companies, the tour groups. That's probably the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the, I mean, when I saw London, I was by myself, and I just walked across every bridge by foot, just every bridge, because I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, I've never been overseas before.
I don't think I ever will again. I'm glad I got to.
Yeah, it'd be so nice. But I don't think I'm gonna get to.
Why not?
It's a little thing called money. Money, money, money.
It does take money.
Yeah. You ever heard of, speaking of drums, you ever heard of Sandy Nelson?
No.
He was a hell of a drummer in the 60s. This is what I get to live with. This is pure entertainment, folks. Shazam!
Shazam!
I'd like to do that with Gomer Pyle. Golly. Shazam!
I did that one Gomer Pyle thing on Brilliant Garbage.
Oh, yeah. You know, we were going to play for Nebs, and we never did the, there was I forget which one it was.
Oh, probably Genie.
I forget.
Yeah, we were kind of waiting for people to be in chat the time we were going to do it, because there was nobody doing anything.
Yeah. But I don't know. I have been... Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Wendy says, I've been checking tour companies to travel with. I'm not crazy about it, but it'd be safer than by myself. So, but I've been wanting to go on a cruise myself sometime. But
They're fun.
And it doesn't
I've
have
only
to
been
be.
on one, and that was my honeymoon cruise with Gracie. Oh, it was fun. A lot of fun.
But it doesn't have to be a themed cruise like 80s or Star Trek or whatever. It can just be a regular cruise. It'd be fun to do.
Well, I mean, like I said, Justin Hayward was my musical hero since I was a teenager, and I would have. And when you go on a cruise with those people, you pretty much always run into them and get to say hi. And I would have loved that, but
yeah, that's the fun part.
As
That's the
long as I
fun
can meet
part of
Jesus one day. I guess that's the main thing.
Do they have a Jesus tour? I don't know.
I hope not, because that would be a bad thing, wouldn't it?
Jesus cruise, I mean, yeah.
It means a boat would sink or something, and if you're good, you get to see Jesus.
I'm sure a lot of churches do cruises, you know.
She said there's Comic Con cruises. That would be kind of neat.
Comic-Con cruises were like a regular Comic-Con, but on a ship?
I guess so.
Well, that's kind of what the Star Trek cruises are. It's...
I would be afraid of like being the robot on there. I could fall overboard because that thing is so kind of clumsy, you know.
Well, you don't lean over the ship. Like the rail, you got the rail there to stop you usually.
I guess. I just, that Pensacon kind of made me a little bit.
Well, the way they corralled everybody through the rafters and everything.
It seems like that's just a public safety hazard and a fire hazard. I
Yeah,
can't believe they got away with that.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they haven't been shut down by like the fire marshals. You can't make people do that.
that's just not a good location for a convention, I don't think.
It's not, but making people go down the bleachers like that, it's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah, because those were kind of steep. You can people in costume may not be able to see very well or something.
And Wendy was there the last time I was there, and it's basically the reason I haven't gone back. Is I almost fell down the stairs with that. It's a robot.
Oh, geez.
I mean, I didn't fall, but it took everything I had to not. And if I'd have fell, I would have sued him. Believe me.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I don't like the whole slip and fall lawyer thing, but if they make you be in a dangerous situation when you don't have to, that's,
Especially when I was considered handicapped, but and they wanted to question, like I'm supposed to prove it, That's against the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Well, I gave them like a bad review on like Google reviews, and I also, when they sent the survey, I mentioned you too. I mentioned I had a friend with a bad back, and it made him go up the stairs and all that stuff. It's BS.
Did they respond?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they never do.
There's some companies, if you give a bad survey result, they get a hold of you.
Oh, do they? Well, very rarely.
I've had that happen before. They want to set things right. I think. Oh yeah, it was. I think it was the Cafe Press. I bought a rug from them, and it was a sorry little rug. It was terrible. It was like warped, and they couldn't take any kind of foot traffic. It was just terrible. I made the review that it was. There might have been it wasn't that. It was a survey. I had postcards made for my grandma's funeral, and they asked, "Do you want them matte or glossy?" I'm like, "Well, I guess matte. I don't know. I don't want people to just see themselves in it." And it just looked like it was done on plain paper, or like it looked terrible. I could have done something with my printer, and I said I was embarrassed because I had to hand these things out, and they looked so cheap. Yeah. And I said that, and they got a hold of me and said they gave me like $25 off my next purchase because of it, which was basically what I paid for those. So that was nice of them.
Wendy said she didn't like the stairs or the low ceiling. I think she's talking about the Pensacon.
Oh, that hallway.
Oh my God, I remember that.
I had to go through that hallway so many times ducking. It's that rope. That was terrible.
I remember having to say, "Okay, duck."
That was tough having to walk through there like that, and not knowing. They're like, "Oh, you can put your head up now," and it's like, shouldn't have to go through this.
No,
it's a terrible place for a con. And
but
I didn't realize
people,
the whole cast of Clerks was there, but they have everything strung out in different places, and I didn't even know they were there.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen them, but if you got all the stars are on the third floor except some of them are in the basement, it's like, what the?
It's just a very bad place for a convention, if you
very
ask me.
Bad. Oh gosh!
I mean, the
VIP and I
went
when we went to Fanboy Con. Oh my gosh! That convention center is like a small town. I mean, we walked from one side and it was clear at the other side. We parked at the wrong end. We didn't know, but it was just it just never ended. It took so long to get from one, because it's not just one convention room, it's just this complex, and oh my gosh, it's huge. So if we do that again, we'll have to do some homework and figure out what part of the complex that is to know where to park.
Now you've been to MegaCon in Orlando, right?
I've never been to that one.
Oh man, that's the nicest place. Everything is on one level.
Well, that's how the TampaCon and the Fanboy one was. But the problem with the Fanboy is it's to get to that one level. It's like you had to walk. Had to have been a half a mile that we had to walk.
Mm-hmm.
And Tampa, even though it's on one level, you got to go up to the second level to get there.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
There's still a lot of kind of escalators and stairs and some things you got to deal with, but it wasn't bad like Pensacon was. But
okay, the MegaCon in Orlando did have a second level, and that's where all the Q&A playing the panels were. But the whole convention itself, the main thing was just on one huge level.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in the QAs anyway.
Me either.
I only really went to one, and that was Mickey Dolenz.
I went to a few back in the other days. I went, they called them the Fab Four was there in Kansas City when Nichelle Nichols, Walter Koenig, what's this, George Takei, and Nichelle Nichols. The Fat Four, yeah. But Fat Four.
Now you'll never be able to think of that the same way again.
Yeah, and George, but it was nice in that Q&A thing. And even the other castmates were getting so sick of George Takei not shutting up. He was hogging the stage, and
he just seems like a very hateful person.
To me, he does.
Because I followed him on Facebook years ago, and I had to unfollow him because
he's very left-wing liberal,
yeah,
which is fine too. But
what goes with a lot of that left-wing thing is just the hatred.
Yeah,
absolute. I couldn't stand it anymore. It's just like we all have our political beliefs, but to just spout out and just say hateful things every day, it's like, good grief.
He would be the kind, I believe, seriously, that I would go, say if I went and stood in front of George and would say, okay, I'm going to buy a autograph picture, and I'd say something off, or I'd be wearing a Trump hat or something. I get the feeling that he would be very rude and hateful about it.
Probably wouldn't even see you. I mean, he probably wouldn't even deal with you. I mean, like we were saying, Larry Wilcox, John from Chips, I saw his Facebook and I gave him a friend request and he didn't respond with it. But he was like that, very left wing and just TDS and just constantly just hate. You know who else was it Michael Gross from Tremors, Family Ties?
Oh yeah, Family
Ties.
Ties.
Same way.
Oh, left wing, yeah.
I mean,
kind of like
left wing, fine, but when it comes to where it's just constant.
Mike Farrell was like that.
Like Robert, Mafia guy.
Robert De Niro?
Yeah, Robert De Niro and Mark Hamill.
Oh, he's unhinged. Mark Hamill was left wing?
Yeah. Who?
Did you say Mark Hamill?
He's terrible. He's the worst.
Did you? Oh my God.
He's as bad as Robert De Niro, Mark Hamill. He's always been terrible.
That's fine if they don't like a political thing, but don't make it seem like they're right and everybody's a piece of shit, you know?
Well, and I'm going to say it again. It's because somebody was on the movie chat and they're like, well, what is TDS? How can it be cured? And I said an exorcism, probably because I said what it is, and it's pretty simple. These people take God out of their lives and they let the demons in because they're so full of hate and right is wrong with them, up is down, and they self-mutilation. They do the self-mutilation thing, and then all they talk about is hate. They're full of demons.
Yeah,
and there are
absolutely.
some people that believe that. It was Tucker. He said he did acid once when he was a teenager.
Tucker Carlson?
And he said that it was, I guess it was a bad trip, but he said that there were demons and these all around him, and they were just constantly trying to get at him. And he said it happened for days, even when it wore off. And he said that, you know, he had to cut out pot, he had to cut out everything because the demons were always there.
Wow.
And so I think he was talking to Alex Jones, and they were both kind of alluding to that the demons are always there, and that when he took that, he was able to see them or let them in, basically. So and that's a pretty interesting theory, that they're always out there. And people that when they take God out of their lives, they let them in. And I think that's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you talk in the Bible, you know, there were these people that Jesus would have to force the demons out of them. I think those are people that would be like Rosie O'Donnell or Robert
Adam Schiff.
These people that are just so full of. How can anybody be that full of hate? Where
Yeah,
it
I don't get
controls
that.
their entire life.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Exactly. She's
those men on The View, you know.
That's because they used to love Trump. They had him on the show, and they were playing with his hair and everything else. Then all of a sudden, he was, you know, the bad guy from Germany. And I think they're working for somebody that's telling them exactly what to say is what it is.
I don't know.
But I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I just think that they're.
I just think they have that much hate. I don't think it's that anybody telling them what to do. Is that they have to have
that last guy that was in the office, he was the worst we've ever had. He did so much damage.
The president?
I didn't like every time got blah, 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 blah about him. There's nothing you can do about it. You just go on with your life and do the best you can. It doesn't do any good to hate. And I know people that voted for that and everything, and I don't say, "Oh, I'm not going to ever be your friend." I'm not going to. I don't understand that, like Milligan did with you. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get that. Yeah, I lost him off my station because I was a Trump supporter. I'm like, wait a minute, man. He and I never talked about politics.
Yeah, when he said if you have a different political opinion, that's fine. Don't insult people. And that's the problem. What you saw that De Niro was in New York outside one of Trump's courthouse things, and he had a bullhorn, and he was saying that his supporters were all thugs. And I'm like, well, you're one to talk. That's the only guy play. That's all he can play in movies as some mafia thug.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him play anything else.
There was a movie I saw the other day that looked interesting until I saw he was in it. I said, fuck that, I ain't watching that.
Yeah, and you know, John Cusack's just like that too. He's got that TDS. And that's another reason for me to, you know, kind of not care for the guy, but I don't know. Well, anyway, I guess we pretty much...
I think we've chased enough people off tonight, Captain.
I think so. I'm still on Lent, so I haven't boozed it up in like 2 or 3 weeks now.
Yeah, I got a little bit of lint in my belly button, too. I won't get rid of it. Oh, lint. Okay. I'm just being stupid.
And I don't get Lent because I had my belly button bronzed.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
No, there was actually a classified thing about bronzing your belly button. You could have your belly button bronzed. That was like in the early 80s when I'll never forget that. I didn't do it.
Having your belly button bronzed?
Yeah.
What, they like pour something in your belly button and let it harden?
I don't know. It was my mom's best friend, Becky, the one that Rob is modeled after. She's from Kansas.
I'm waiting for
talks with that proper English accent.
I don't find that funny, Tyree.
Yeah, that was Becky, and she actually did the librarian last page of summer. The shh. That was her little cameo. But I remember she was looking, and I was 10 years old, and she was looking at. She's like looking at the newspaper class, and she's like, "Look at this. He can have your belly button bronzed. Bronze your belly button, and it hides lint." And I'm like, "What?" And I'll never forget it. I don't know anything about it.
I'm still waiting for someone to bronze their man parts. Hey, it could happen. Well, don't they just take a mold of it, don't they? Like Cynthia Tocaster or something?
Yeah, I guess they could. Yeah. I had like a bronze my foot and leg.
There you go.
I had a bronze statue cast. I just did it for when I was making the draconian costume. I had to do it, and I don't have it anymore.
That'd be interesting to do. But hey, remember I used to end the show like that?
Yeah, when we did that show.
Yeah. All right.
Well, all right.
I guess.
I will talk with you all later. Thanks for hanging out, Wendy.
Yeah, thanks, Wendy.
Yeah,
good night,
if
everybody.
you get here earlier next time, maybe you'll get to meet Neb. He's a trip.
Yeah. Come in the first part of the show.
Well, she's got a life, unlike us, So
yeah.
Well, all right. Take care.
All right, y'all have a great night.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye. Bye.